Check. There we go. Morning, Gibby. Check. Good morning. Let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show. Get that stream. Join the Horde. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can watch the show each and every morning. You can also like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. As always, you can listen to the show by downloading the app for free, getting us in your in-home smart speaker, checking us out at rock1061.com. You know it's Good Monday, Marshall, when the Horde hops right on and starts talking S to you. About the Georgia Bulldogs.
I mean, this was probably the worst timeline when it comes to like a football weekend for me. It does not look good in any of my fantasy football leagues. The Georgia Bulldogs completely destroyed. I said they weren't very good at the beginning of the season. Now I'm regretting saying that because everyone brings it up in my face. And the Chicago Bears did an historical bad performance yesterday.
Okay.
They had one passing yard total.
What?
Total.
You're talking like a quarter, right? They just won
Nope.
A half?
Justin Fields threw for 68 total yards, but was sacked 9 times. He had one net passing yard yesterday. All-time historical bad performance. And then Aaron Rodgers, with 25 seconds left on the clock last night, came back, and the Packers won. I mean, it was just a historically terrible football weekend. You guys should be lucky I showed up to work today. I'm an emotional wreck right now.
Just in mourning over the weekend.
It was an all-time bad one.
We had boat day on Friday. That was a lot of fun, man. I forget how good a scrap iron is. You go out to DeFusky, you got to get the scrap iron. But it's not something I think I could drink daily or weekly, even monthly.
No, it's like a purely Southern drink, and the scrap iron is something you get on DeFusky Island. It's only made there. You can only get it there. But really, it's just an Arnold Palmer with rum in it, and it's just delicious.
It's so dangerous because it doesn't have any alcohol burn flavor to it. You're just like, I'm drinking iced tea and lemonade. It's delicious.
Yeah, or moonshine. Is it moonshine or rum? It's probably both of them, honestly.
You know what? I think we should try the scrap iron with moonshine just to be sure. I mean, just to be sure.
I think we would get arrested if we tried to make that on our own. I mean, is it against the law?
I don't think so.
Yeah, DeFusky Island law?
I mean, can you not make a scrap iron if you're not on DeFusky?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The DeFusky cop's going to show up at the studio and arrest us.
And it's just one guy in jorts, no shirt.
He's just driving in on a golf cart.
He's got one of those sticker, sheriff badges, like the one you give to children. You just put it right on his chest. Yeah, that's him.
That seems legit. All right, coming up on the show today, we got Big Money Monday. Your chance to win $50 of our boss's money. Also got the new twist. Got the 69 rule.
Oh, yeah.
For Big Money Monday.
I forgot the 69 rule.
I know. We'll explain.
I'm a grown-ass man. I should know that.
We're going to explain that during the 8 o'clock hour. We'll get to the Dude of the Week death match. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? taking your calls today. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? I had to pick my top 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, you do that a lot.
My list is epic. And we'll kick off the show with the bout last night. Tiger King 2. It's happening. Dog the Bounty Hunter, still alive. Who knew? And then Georgia Southern parting ways with their coach. We'll get to that story next. First, latest from Pretty Reckless. Only love can save me now. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. Good morning.
All right, Heather. Obviously, I was wrong. Thank you for pointing that out, Heather Davis. Thank you. Obviously, needed to be put in my place the moment the week started. Thank you. Who would have thought, man? I mean, the Georgia Bulldogs, they 62-0?
62-0.
62-0. Who'd they play again?
Vanderbilt.
Exactly.
So
what are we doing?
Next weekend, they play Arkansas, which is my default team now because I'm paying money to that college. I'm going to root for the damn team.
Right. You got the shirt on and everything.
I got the shirt on from Family Weekend. So Arkansas is now 4-0. I think they're ranked number 8 in the country or projected to be number 8.
They're real good.
They are really, really good. Beat, was it Texas A&M? I don't know. Beat a Texas team that was ranked 7th in the country.
I think they beat all the Texas teams.
They're whooping up on Texas.
Yeah.
So they play Georgia this coming weekend. I just hope it's competitive. I mean, they've honestly looked good. Every game because we've actually watched every game so far. So they've looked good. They've looked solid. It's not like they've luckily won any of these games. So I don't think they'll beat Georgia, but I think they'll have a good showing.
As long as Georgia doesn't put up 4 touchdowns against them in the first quarter, it may be competitive because the last couple of weeks they've just been dominating. Folks.
Yeah.
Morning, Gibby. Morning, Jess. Hello. Yes, the fantasy horror Gibby was a bad one. Charles, another day in paradise. Charles, what's up, man? Juana, good morning. All right, guys, good morning. Got quite the show for you today. We have a rock star-filled week, Cotter.
Yes.
We have Kevin Martin from Candlebox on the show tomorrow. Candlebox doing a show over at Victory North Savannah. And then we have a talk with Brent from Shinedown. We don't know the day yet because I haven't gotten back to those folks, but we'll do that this morning. So we'll be talking to Brent Smith. They've got a show in Augusta, not this week, but I think, is it next week? Technically? I don't know. Dates are hard. Let's figure this out. Yeah, next Friday night. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Shinedown is playing in, as Charles affectionately calls it, Disgusta, Georgia, right there on the South Carolina line. They'll be playing over there at a baseball stadium. So we'll have Brent Smith on the show. And Shinedown's had all sorts of crazy stuff happen to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going on as a trio. Somebody in the band got the COVID.
Yeah, for a couple days. Yeah, so we'll actually talk about that in Marshall's Music News today.
Did you bring up Squid Game last week, the show on Netflix?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? I don't remember.
I tried watching some of it Friday night, but that was part of me passing out on the couch.
So, because, the wife and I got through most of episode 1 over the weekend. And I'm like, okay, we stopped right when, all the good stuff started happening. They're in whatever room with everybody who's about ready to play this game, and that's when we stopped.
Yeah, it's like a battle royale type of TV show. Have you seen Battle Royale,
yes.
the movie?
Movie, so good.
It turned 20 years old over the weekend.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw an article come out.
Damn.
20 years now.
Yeah, Battle Royale is everything Hunger Games should have been.
Yeah. Just brutal. Just friggin' brutal.
But it was I felt it was a slow start, but everything, I kind of looked into it after. Because we were flipping through Netflix. I'm like, I think Marshall brought this up last week. Mm-hmm. So we started watching it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, a little slow, but something I think we're going to finish out here. So there you go, watching a new TV show.
Yeah, so my wife was not feeling well yesterday, so we were just laying on the couch. I almost watched all of season 2 of Ted Lasso.
I don't have Apple. I do want to watch that though.
T-Mobile just gave a free year.
Yeah, I got to get into that. I haven't done it yet.
Marshall, thanks for the recommendation for Brock. Said it was fun, but he fell ill with a sinus infection. So this past weekend may be the worst he's experienced. Good Lord. Yeah. Well, actually, funny enough, so Charles, his kid, was down at Rebel Rock in Orlando, and it unfortunately got canceled. So I recommended that Brock hit up Halloween Horror Nights, and I think he did. So
okay.
But, we'll talk about the travesty down in Orlando this past weekend. Once again, during Marshall's Music News today. It's one of the stories we'll talk about as well.
All right, we've got about 30 seconds. Story 1, Georgia Southern.
Chad Lunsford, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coach. Kind of stunned at this. Kind of surprised.
All right, guys, be right back. Georgia Southern has officially parted ways with their head football coach, Chad Lunsford. Got that story coming up next. Story number 1 about last night. Georgia Southern not off to the best of starts for this football season. 1-3 so far.
Yeah.
I watched them get shellacked in Arkansas.
That's a fun word.
Shellacked.
Kind word.
Well, they have fired their head coach, Chad Lunsford. In a statement released by the school, they said, after a thorough review and evaluation of our football program, I made the decision that a change in leadership is in the best interest of our team and university. I want to thank Coach Lunsford for his work and the impact he's had on the student athletes within our program. I wish Chad and his family success in the future.
It's kind of surprising. I mean, Chad Lunsford was beloved. I mean, honestly, at Georgia Southern. And it's not like he was like terrible or anything. I mean, he had a 28-21 overall record in 4+ seasons, coaching there. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of stunned this happened. Look, I know it wasn't a great start to the season, but I mean, Matt Nagy still has a job at the Chicago Bears. Like, why are we getting rid of this guy? This guy's actually good.
Now, did you hear the report about the athlete, the nose tackle, Gavin Adcock? So supposedly, heading into the game on Saturday, on top of the school bus that takes him to the game, Gavin was doing a little bus surfing while chugging beers.
I don't think it was him. And here, just to let everyone know, I'm actually friends with Gavin.
Okay.
Gavin and I have been chatting on Twitter and just throwing it all out there. We're super cool, and I love Gavin, and I want him on the show very, very soon.
Right.
I've been trying to talk to him about getting him on the show, mostly to chug beers. Not a great look if that was him. Now, I don't know if that's him.
This is
I have not reached out.
This according to the report.
I have not reached out to Gavin yet to say, hey, man, were you the one chugging beers on top of the bus, crowd bus surfing on the way into the game? But that's some legendary stuff.
It is, but did this play into the firing? I mean, it had to have, right? Regardless of who did it, it had to have played into it.
It's not a great look. It's not a great look. So how about this? I'll give Gavin a little while. I'll message him, and we'll see if I can get him to message me back. I doubt he's going to message the radio guy back, but yeah, we've been chatting for a few weeks now. We've become buddies. So.
All right, yeah. Gavin, can you come on the air and comment about any of this?
Yeah.
Guessing the answer's no? Just going to throw it out there.
Probably not.
All right, Dog the Bounty Hunter, he's still around, and he's trying to get involved in a case that kind of has just taken the nation by storm. We'll tell you what that is coming up next. Stick around. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
So Gavin's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he a country singer.
He is a country singer. Yep. So yeah, him and I have been chatting on Twitter, trying to get him on Bob 106.9. He's actually gotten some radio airplay in like Nashville and a few other places.
Oh, awesome.
And I was getting Jake from Bob 106.9 to talk to Gavin. I don't know how successful I was doing that, but Gavin's a real great guy, and I really hope, hopefully that wasn't him, because that's not a great look.
I know we don't talk to the big guy until Thursday, but definitely have to ask him about this when we do. I know he normally breaks down the NFL, but he's obviously got a relationship with Georgia Southern, so we'll have to get his thoughts on Thursday.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at a report from WSAV. In addition to a slow start, fans and alums were also upset about video of defensive tackle Gavin Adcock staying on top of a bus and drinking a beer prior to the Louisiana loss.
That's a rough look. It's a rough look.
Oh, no, Gavin.
I mean, he's a fifth-year senior.
He's loving life.
That's what I'm saying.
Gavin's hitting the trail of life here. Obviously, he's probably his football career is probably almost done.
Right.
And he's just having a good time, you know?
I know. Yeah. I mean, that was kind of, my point. Yeah. He is obviously, once this season's done, he's probably done playing football. He's got the country music thing he's trying to do. So, I mean, he's just loving life, 100%.
Yeah. Rough look. Damn it, Gavin. But also kind of awesome and legendary. Charles says Lunsford inherited a good team. He couldn't do anything after those guys left. He wasn't a good recruiter. Yeah, well, there you go.
Fair.
There you go.
So, yeah. Let me with Gavin. Gavin, so what was your claim to fame in college? I got my coach fired. What'd you do?
No, he helped get his coach
Chug a
fired.
beer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, chugging beer on top of the bus.
Top of the bus.
Well, that's the thing, too, is like when it comes to these college things, I mean, like coaches' contracts are fully guaranteed. And I think he still had a year or two left. So, like, to get a coach fired in college.
Yeah.
And he's the third college coach that's been fired this year.
Right.
So pretty much the athletic director of the program has to go to the boosters and say, hey, we want to make a change. You guys need to give us money to help pay this guy out and leave because he has to like get paid and to shoo him away. So like technically Coach Lunsford's doing all right financially.
He'll
like
be
we don't
okay.
have to worry about him. He's doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we are just over a week, Cotter, away from our next Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I saw you when we first did, the stink, the liquid ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was rough. I mean, that whole show was rough for you, obviously.
It was rough for me.
Now, I don't think I don't know. It's interesting because I'm not going to be huffing it out of a bag, which you had to do.
Right.
And I think, you were just getting the full brunt of that liquid ass.
Yeah.
So you're going to be using the fart blaster?
The fart launcher 3000.
I keep just want to call it the blaster. Fart launcher 3000. And shooting me in the face with it. So I don't know if it'll be as concentrated as you had to deal with.
I mean, you're going to get a good puff of, stuff in your face. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. So we're going to use the Fart Launcher 3000 on Cotter, guys, just in case you're wondering what we're talking about. Torture Tuesday. It's currently directly behind his head. If we move to left or right, people will see the purple and green gun in the background there. So we're going to use that. And these things use, for like ammunition, they use these cartridges that I'm holding in my hand. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a little modification here, and I'm popping this off. So what we're going to do is this is the fart spray bottle that's inside these little cartridges, which obviously, what's going on there? I mean, cheap. Anyway, so I'm going to replace this fart liquid with the all-time terrible smell of liquid ass. And then what I'm going to do is I have 3 of these things, and we're going to have Cotter roll the wheel where a bunch of them are going to say liquid ass, and some of them will just say regular fart spray. And then we're going to do that the entire show next Tuesday.
Yeah.
It'll be a show-long Torture Tuesday, which I don't think you've ever faced before.
I've never faced a show-long Torture Tuesday. Yeah. So this will be a first. Just realized there was audio from Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
We'll roll that out.
All right, so are we talking dog next?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys, we hope you had a good weekend. Obviously, loads of stuff coming up over the next couple weeks. Today on an Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, we are going to have Shinedown tickets. Shinedown tickets, they play in Disgusta, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. We're going to hook up someone to win those when they play trivia against one of us. We also have our question of the day, which I think was something that relates to everyone, is how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? So think about that. We're going to come back to it and talk about that top the 7 o'clock hour.
All right, we got about 2 minutes, 40 seconds. We'll hop into this Dog the Bounty Hunter story.
I thought you were going to say we were only a week away from another Friday off the air.
We are, actually. We're not on the air this Friday.
Yeah. That one's my fault. So I'm going to Chicago this Friday. I'm taking off. I'm going to watch a Blackhawks game, which I'm very excited about. My first Blackhawks game ever that I remember, right? Yeah. My first Blackhawks game ever in Chicago, and then I am going up there for a wedding, and then I'm coming right back on Sunday.
And then, funny enough, the following Friday, also not here. That's my fault. We'll be off for several days because of that. It's my annual trek down to Austin. So, sorry, guys. Cramming in all the time off I've got before the end of the year.
Which is a lot. You got a lot.
Been here for a minute, guys. And the best part about it is they actually, so technically I've been here for 12 years, but I worked for a company, the Triad was the company that owned us when I moved here.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for Triad in Lincoln, Nebraska, 3 years.
Oh, so you did
before moving here.
You got the rollover.
They considered that my start date. So technically I've been working for this company for like 18 years or 15 years, 16 years. So I get all the time off, guys.
Wanda says, when you're an award-winning show, you could take whatever time you want off. Must be nice. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just taking, I think I could do the show on Friday, but my flight out is at 1. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just taking the Friday off because I have a bunch of time left in the year because, I don't know, we didn't take any time off for like 4 months.
Yeah.
5 months. So we didn't take any time off at all during that. So we have it all kind of locked and loaded here.
I agree, Jess. Jess said the same thing. Get it. Vacation is to be used 100%. I don't feel bad about taking some time off when it's sitting there. There's been plenty of years where the year ended. I'm like, I still have a week off. And I never got to it. So I'm good.
So Nick Diaz fought over the weekend and just got completely trounced.
Yeah.
And I felt like he should have because he walked out to a Deftones song, and I did not like the Deftones, so I felt good about that.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Not to sound like an a-hole with this whole thing, but when I heard the story, was actually shocked. I didn't realize Dog the Bounty Hunter was still alive.
He still is.
I mean, I guess his wife passed away.
Right.
But I honestly thought he did too.
You can't kill that mullet. You can't kill those feathers. How dare you?
Well, he is still around, and he's now joining the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. Got that story coming up next. Story number 2 about last night. Chances are you heard the story about travel blogger Gabby Petito. On Thursday, her body was found in Wyoming. She was there with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. Now, Laundrie is the main suspect in the death of Petito, but dude's been missing for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he pretty much, we can all admit, he definitely killed her. And then he was just like, yeah. And then he ran home, said something to his parents, and then he bounced out. Now, the only sign they've seen of this guy is apparently he showed up on some hunter's cam, somewhere I don't know, in the sticks of Florida, I think. And that's the last time anyone's seen this dude.
Yeah, it's a 24,000-acre Carlton Reserve. And for the past week, I mean, just groups of people have been, just looking throughout this entire thing, trying to find him. Well, now Dog the Bounty Hunter has stepped up. He was seen in Florida stopping by the Laundrie household. And here's what he had to say when asked why he was there.
Can you tell us why you're here, sir?
Well, really? Now, come on. Okay? Aloha, guys. Thank you.
Do you have any tips?
I'm trying to get some 833 Tell Dog. We're getting tips every 10 minutes.
Are you going to be staying in Northport, sir?
I can't tell you all that, but God bless you guys. Aloha. See you soon, I'm sure.
You're not here for publicity, though, are you?
And I'm on every night across the country.
Just, going to throw that out there. You watch me every night on TV.
I don't need publicity. I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Well, I mean, good for him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wanted to, as soon as he heard this case, it really touched him, and he wanted to get involved and help out, what he could. Of course, he said he doesn't have any leads yet, although he did say that his 1-833-TELL-DOG line he's getting tips every 10 minutes. But if he did get those tips, technically, he would have to tell the FBI because this is a FBI case at this point, and they are searching up and down for this guy. I'm stunned we haven't been able to find him yet. Where did this guy go?
I don't know. Okay, so question, and not to get morbid. Is he still alive at this point? Would you be shocked if he was also found deceased?
Probably not. Even if he does get found, someone's probably going to kill him when they do arrest him. Oh, no, yeah, he ran and fell off a cliff. That's probably what's going to happen here. But I'm glad Dog, who I think his intentions are pure, his mullet also just as pure as the driven snow. I hope he's doing what's best here.
Yes. I'll say yes because I want to believe yes.
Yeah.
But he's there to pimp his own stuff. Let's be honest.
He is.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, aloha, brah.
All right. Speaking of mullets, Tiger King 2, it is happening. Netflix just reported. We've got an update. It's after AC/DC. This is Shot in the Dark. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. Now, I'm guessing what's his face will have taken his own life. That's my
Brian Laundrie.
That's my guess.
Loudry, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'm guessing he will take his own life.
Ooh, Wanda said it wasn't him. Okaloosa County confirmed it was another guy on the trail cam.
Oh, okay.
Marshall, you'd be happy to know that I hunted 3 times this weekend and saw a deer. I actually saw a post I think you put up on like Facebook or Instagram, Charles. He goes, but the only one in bow range was a spike buck, so I let him walk. Plus, it was Sunday evening. I didn't feel like cleaning a little spike. There you go. I'm sorry you didn't have a good murdering weekend. You still had a better weekend than the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I watched the game on Sunday because I was excited about seeing Justin Fields. I'm like, I wonder what this kid can do. Cleveland's really good. Cleveland's a great football team. They almost beat the Chiefs, who lost again yesterday. They're 1-2.
It's rough. Rough look.
It's the first time they've been under 500 in like the Mahomes era.
Right.
After the game, what's the coach's name? Something Reed. Coach Reed, let's say, of the Chiefs, went to the hospital. It was dehydration. He was fine. But
I will take responsibility for their sucking because I took Mahomes early in one of my fantasy football drafts.
I saw that,
and I think I'm paying the price for that.
Yeah, that was you. That one's on you, man.
Yeah, I apologize to Chiefs fans everywhere. I think it's me. It's me.
Wanda says they got the porch decorated for Halloween. I'm pretty pleased with it. Not what I wanted, but still cool looking. Yeah, the only thing I have on my porch this year, mostly we just have decorations inside, is I have a little Grim Reaper guy, and then I have this skeleton. It's like a half a torso up, and he's on an electric motor, and he just spins. So that's the only thing. And I get a notification on my phone for my Ring doorbell every single night when he turns on because he just starts spinning, and the motion kicks it off. We don't call it murder. We call it grocery shopping. I love that.
That's good.
All right, how much time? We're 30 seconds away?
30 seconds. All right, guys, 15. Be right back. Netflix. They know where their bread is buttered. That butter is the white trash craziness known as Tiger King. Got that story coming up? Final story for About Last Night. Tiger King. It's coming back. It's going to return to Netflix before the end of the year. So they're turning this around quick. And the word is Carol Baskin. Not happy about this at all.
No, and she's not going to take part in this documentary at all, too, which is interesting. I wonder where they're going to take this. Now, She says the director of the first documentary series reached out to clear the air with her because she said she was not treated fairly in the first Tiger King series, but she told them to lose her number.
I'm not shocked that she doesn't want any part of this. I mean, she's going to get attention regardless. I mean, obviously she's part of this story here. When it gets released, I think people want to talk to her and get her thoughts on it. She'll probably do some weird, podcast where she breaks down every episode.
Yeah, hello, you cool tigers and kittens or whatever she says.
So, I mean, I don't think she needs to do it, and she's still going to get the attention, and she can control the narrative this time.
Yeah, and obviously, with Joe Exotic behind the bars for, the solicitation of murder of Carol Baskin, so he's only going to take place from jail phone calls. That's the only way he's going to be a part of this series. So I wonder how good this will actually be. Now, some things have happened since the first one came out. Like a couple people of the show have died.
Yep.
Other guys have been essentially kicked off the Joe Exotic property. So I wonder how much we're actually going to see of this film with its natural, cast or people associated with it and actually locations. Because, I don't know if Doc Antle's going to come back. He's had some bad things come out about him over the last few weeks. So this should be interesting. But yeah, they did say it's coming up before the end of the year, way quicker than any of us thought.
I'm going to watch it, but I'm with you. I don't have high hopes that it's going to be good. I think the first one, it came out of nowhere. Everybody was
perfect timing.
Oh, perfect time, because everybody's stuck at home because of the pandemic, and it was this emotional roller coaster ride. You didn't know where it was going, how it was going to end, and I think now you know too much about the people involved. You're kind of living it in real time now. I just don't think it's going to have that impact, the surprises. It's just not going to kind of feel the same as that first one.
No, I hope it's good, though. I do hope it's good. And I consider it a closing to the pandemic. The pandemic's over, guys. So Tiger King started the pandemic.
Bookended it.
And then now Tiger King 2 is ending the pandemic. So did Joe Exotic just end the pandemic? That's a serious question I'm asking. I'm going to answer it. Yes. Yes, he did. Tiger King, Joe Exotic, thank you. Thank you.
All right, coming up next, we're going to have somebody join us tomorrow on the show. Somebody who's going to be playing Victory North Savannah really soon. So we'll tell you who that is. That's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, Gibby, he's got to get out of here and go to work.
All right,
that
Gibby.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Have fun, though. Dave says, never watched a single episode. Honestly, you should watch Tiger King. It's really good.
It is fun. I mean, it's stupid.
If you're like, I don't know how I feel about documentaries, I don't like them, watch Tiger King and watch Don't Mess with Cats or Don't F with Cats.
Dude.
Those two are two crazy documentaries that go nowhere where you think they're going to.
Yeah.
They're well worth your time.
I'm going to get coffee. I'll be right back.
Yep. All right, guys, we are going to be running into the top of the hour here in about 20 minutes or so. Question of the day. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Once again, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? That is our question of the day. Hit us up with your answers via the stream here. You can actually drop them right into the comments. Or if you have a great story that you'd like to share with us, feel free to do so. 1-800-394-1061. I got some great stuff coming up on the show as well. We're going to be handing out some Shinedown tickets with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? We will also, hopefully, cross your fingers, be hooking someone up with some cash with Big Money Monday. Yeah, it was an all-time terrible football weekend, mostly for me. Chicago Bears are horrific. They're a train wreck. Falcons won. That's positive. They're back. I think that's what I named the episode today. I honestly didn't think the Falcons were going to win yesterday either. It was another brutal game. The Falcons are not a good football team, but kudos to them for pulling out the win over the Giants. 17-14. It was the only game of winless teams yesterday between the Falcons and the Giants. So good for those guys.
All right. So I did not run the bridge on Sunday because I wanted to sleep in. But I did run, and instead of the 1 minute running, 1 minute walking.
Yeah, the interval.
I did intervals again, but I did 5 minutes of running, 1 minute of walking, and I did about 5.5 miles. And I felt actually not shitty afterwards. I'm hurting today.
Right.
But felt pretty good. Felt good.
So did you see the Baltimore Ravens yesterday win that game?
I saw something about
over the
it.
Lions.
I didn't see it.
So Justin Tucker, the kicker of the Ravens, kicked the longest field goal in NFL history for the win. When he kicked it, it literally hit the crossbar,
right,
the bottom bar. It hit it and then went into, like, it was the exact opposite of the double doink from the Chicago Bears. 66-yarder to win the game over the Lions.
Damn.
Yeah. And the Lions are frisky, man. They're a frisky team, and they just have the worst luck ever. But yeah, once again, it was brutal yesterday.
Yeah, I saw former news person and all around awesome individual, Claire Beverly, is a big Lions fan, and posted about it, saying that game broke her heart in 17 different places.
So people are a-holes. So when the kick went in, people started zooming in on people's reactions.
Yeah.
That were on that side of the field goal.
Yeah.
And people's faces were just hilarious. Just like, it looked like everyone got their lunch stolen. It was hilarious. But yeah, good for the Ravens, good for a win. But man, just another heartbreaking loss for the Lions. I think the Lions are 0-3.
Oh, that's rough. Update that yet? I should probably do it.
They didn't update news?
No, they did. I usually just kind of trim up our weather a little bit so it sounds tighter.
Mm-hmm. So yesterday, I think it's, I don't know when exactly it is. So The Last of Us, that video game they did for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So they're doing a TV show for it. And they released the first photo from the Last of Us series last night.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So it's a behind the back shot of both Joel and Ellie. Joel is being played by Pedro Pascal. He's the dude that plays the Mandalorian.
Right.
And then Bella Ramsey, she played like Lady Lionheart or something from Game of Thrones. She was like the tiny 12-year-old girl who screamed at everyone.
Yeah. The leader who like everybody. Yeah.
She was very cool, but here, I'll show this to you real quick. So that was the shot they gave.
That's cool. That is pretty spot on for the clothes and the backpack. And
yeah, the characters look spot on from what they looked like in the video game. And then that was a picture of them looking at like a downed plane. But The Last of Us, apparently they just started filming, and they're going to be filming for like 6 months to do the first season, which is set to be about 8 to 10 episodes.
How close to the video game do you think they stick? I mean, it's a great story.
They said the first season is going to be the entire first game.
Okay.
So should be interesting. And I think they'll probably hold pretty close to the video game. I think they probably go off after the first season. They'll go different places.
Right.
Looks pretty cool.
No, I'm excited about that. That should be really good.
Yeah, Charles goes, what about Koo kicking the Falcons to victory? They still suck. Young Wei Koo. I mentioned the Falcons winning, man. The Falcons are back. 17-14 over the Giants. But yeah, it's, whew. I mean, hitting a 66-yarder all-time NFL record and then just chipping in, I think, like a 30-yarder. Not quite as big. So Shang-Chi over the weekend, too, won its 4th straight box office weekend.
Damn. When was the last time somebody held on to a box office for 4 weeks?
It was actually Black Widow movie back earlier this year.
I guess, okay. Makes sense. You got less competition, I guess.
Or no, wait, I'm wrong. Actually, it was Tenet was the last film that did that.
Oh, okay. Which it was the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, so Shang-Chi was top the box office with $13 million.
Does it say how much it's made total so far?
Its total domestic ticket sales is 196. The weekend also saw the film surpass Black Widow's 183 million domestic box office performance as the highest grossing movie of the year. Oh, Shang-Chi is the highest grossing movie of the year currently.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just going to wait until it comes to Disney+.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, I need to talk to Jakey there about Disney+.
Mm-hmm.
Cotter, I think I still want the mower. I may buy another skeleton and prop it up with the mower like he is running over someone.
Okay, yeah, let me know. I'm actually dropping off some trivia bingo equipment today, so my car will be free and clear. I could easily bring it anytime this week.
All right, guys, we're a little less than a minute before we jump back on the air. Going to talk about Candlebox. They're playing over at Victory North tomorrow night, and we are going to be talking to Kevin Martin, lead singer.
All right, got about 30 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. Victory North Savannah, all kinds of great shows over the next few months. The next is tomorrow night. Candlebox is coming to Savannah, playing Victory North. It's going to be a great show.
So the band The Dead Deads are opening up for them,
love that
and I
name.
just want to check them out. Like
Love that name.
I'm going to go in with no reference of who they are. I'm just expecting incredibleness from an opening band once again called The Dead Deads. I'm in. I'm totally in, but I'm more excited for the fact, Cotter. We get to talk to Kevin, the lead singer of Candlebox, tomorrow on the show.
Yeah, that should be very, very cool. I saw Candlebox back in the 90s. They played a show, Sponge opened up for them. They're great live. They got a brand new album out called Wolves that dropped just earlier this month. So they've got a lot going on, getting back into the touring stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited to talk to Kevin. I mean, this Candlebox is a great band.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've heard that Kevin's actually from the Savannah area. I mean, the band formed up in Seattle, but I think he lives somewhere in the area-ish.
He would, a few years back, I mean, there's the place over in Hilton Head called the Big Bamboo. I think he did just a few acoustic shows there just because he could.
Yeah.
He just rolled in and said, hey, guys, do you mind? No, yes, come on in.
Well, we're excited to talk to Kevin from Candlebox tomorrow on the show, so make sure to be listening up.
All right, coming up after 7 o'clock, call, comment, and text. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? I'm going to tell the story of how I almost lost an eye at a radio station event.
Oh.
I almost took out my own eye. That story's coming up. That story's coming up after 7. Need yours as well. 800-394-1061. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Were you on acid?
Unfortunately, no. I'm just a dumbass. All right, plenty of time. I'm going to go grab my coffee and I'll be right back.
Grab your coffee. I'm going to get us set for the call-in. Once again, thanks guys, for joining us this morning. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Once again, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? That is our question of the day. Feel free to chime in with your story here on the chat. While we're, kind of hanging out here, I'm going to get us set up and kind of share some stuff around. Once again, sorry about that. I was just sharing some stuff. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, once again, our question of the day is, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? After that, we'll play some trivia for Shinedown tickets. We'll proclaim our dude of the week, play some Big Money Monday, jump into some weird sports memorabilia stories, and wrap up the show with Marshall's music news. This coming Friday, I'm taking Friday off, so that one's on me. So we'll be off for another Friday. Why we're doing that? Because I'm going to Chicago for a wedding, but also catching a Blackhawks game. I'm excited to see my first preseason hockey game ever. I don't think I've ever seen any NHL preseason game ever, so I'm excited about that. And I've only been to 2 NHL games. I've seen 2 Las Vegas Golden Knights games, so those are the only ones I've ever really seen before. So I'm excited to check that out this Friday. Sorry, guys. We're just getting ready for everything coming up, including the question of the day. We've got some great feedback on our social pages. Yep. We even got a picture with one of them.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Just signing into our texting service, so we're good to go.
It's funny. So the story I'm going to tell about nearly losing an eye, it just popped up on my Facebook memories.
Oh, yeah?
So it happened before you got here, so probably happened 10-ish years ago. 9-ish years ago. But yeah, it literally just popped up on my Facebook memory. So it's fresh in my mind.
Nice. Oh, come on.
I was seeing if I can go back. I don't know. Can you go back and find memories that popped up recently?
Yeah, there's a memories tab on Facebook that I think you can do some stuff in. I actually don't know if I've ever really messed with it.
All right, see if I can find it. If I can, I'll share the photo. Maybe it's in here. There's a really good chance I made it a profile pic. Let me check that. Or not. Nope, don't think I did. Bummer. Okay.
You can't find the pic?
No, I was thinking maybe I made it a profile pic back in the day, and I did not. Let's see. Timelines, cover, Instagram. So many stupid things. Jesus Christ. Take forever. Screw that. Never mind. All right.
All right, guys. We're about 10 minutes before we jump into the top of the hour for our question of the day. I'm just going through some of the social media responses and getting them set up so I can bring them up here on the air. So don't mind me.
Morning, Tony. Jumping in. Had a good weekend. Hopefully you did too. So we were going to get sushi on Saturday night. And we had to swing by the radio station. I left my laptop here, so we stopped by after hitting up Habersham. And we're like, my wife had never had Taste of India, so I'm like, let's go over to Taste of India. Had no idea the seating area is still closed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
Did you sit at the bar or no?
So it's weird. So you walk in that main door. Typically, you could hang a right and go right into the bar. The door was still there, but that was kind of shut off. So you couldn't go through there. You had to kind of go to the side door to get in the bar. So a guy actually came out as we were looking and reading the sign at the door, and he's like, hey, we're just doing takeout. If you want to come in, you can place an order. So we just came in and placed an order. But yeah, I didn't know they were still, that whole dining area was still closed.
Yeah, I think they've been having a tough time with business, so they've been kind of running real light.
Okay. If you haven't had their like chicken noodle bowls, it's delicious. Their naan bread's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, Taste of India is really good.
So that was nice. Hadn't eaten there in a long time, so. Reminder, we will get to Big Money Monday, but of course, new time. That happens at the end of the 8 o'clock hour. And we have the 69 rule now. Unfortunately, kicks in after we actually rolled the first 69. I'm pretty sure that was the first 69. So basically now, you'll pick your number just like before. Text in your first name, a number 1 through 9. If, by chance, number 69 hits, regardless of the number you pick, you score $100. Got that approved by A-Dub last week. So there you go.
Yeah, Jason's very excited about it. He just texted in about 5 minutes ago with his name and number. I think you heard us talking about it. All right. Thanks once again for joining us, guys. We're getting everything set for our question of the day. Our question of the day, once again, is how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? If you got a great story that you want to share with us, please do so here on the chat, or you could call us in. Call yourself in. 1-800-394-1061. Good morning, the Kraken 715. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Don't worry, I'm still MacGyvering my fart canisters. So the only thing that I haven't got for our Torch Tuesday is we're going to buy like a small prize wheel.
Yeah.
Like a little spinny wheel thing. And that's the one thing I have not purchased.
Okay.
So over the weekend, I bought myself an Ethernet plug-in for my Amazon Fire Stick.
Right.
Because I'm like, well, it's not the fastest thing in the world, my Wi-Fi. So I bought that, and then I installed it. And then I found out after I moved my router into my main room of my house to plug that Ethernet cord into my Amazon Fire Stick that I actually had a bad Ethernet port.
Oh, no.
That was plugged directly into my computer, and that's why my computer at home, like I kept dropping service. Like I had to constantly unplug and plug stuff back in. So did a little MacGyvering this weekend. I felt proud of myself. I found out what my issue was, 6 months later after I started having an issue.
All fixed?
I don't know if there's really fixing a bad Ethernet port in a router modem.
Fair enough.
I think I'm just going to probably buy a new router modem.
Okay.
Good morning, Andrew. Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. Once again, our question of the day. Andrew, I know you got a good one here. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Feel free to share your story with us here on the chat or call us up, 1-800-394-1061. Cam has chimed in. He goes, I'll take the number 5 on the text line.
Nice. All right, we still have about 7-ish minutes, and we'll
Holy
get to it.
Christ. We got a Tool song kicking off the hour?
We'll get 2 more songs to go. Brand new Evanescence Now, Kid Rock. And we'll get into the call, comment, and text segment.
So a pickup truck ran over 6 cyclists this weekend in Waller County. Now, this is in Waller, Texas. A group of Houston area cyclists are hospitalized after getting hit by a pickup truck in pretty much Houston, Texas, Saturday morning. According to the county sheriff, they were hit. They were hit by the vehicle along Old 290, roughly 2 miles west of Waller. In total, 4 of the cyclists had to be taken to area hospitals, including 2 by helicopter.
Holy crap.
I thought someone was dead, said Chase Farrell. I heard a lot of crunching. I heard brakes, tires screeching, and people screaming. Farrell had been riding with the cyclist as part of a training ride for the Ironman Texas. Roughly 75 miles into their training ride, Farrell says a black diesel pickup truck slowed down near him and accelerated to blow smoke into his lane. Moments later, the pickup truck tried doing the same thing to other cyclists riding ahead of Farrell.
Jesus.
The reason he couldn't stop is because he was accelerating to blow more diesel fuel on our cyclists. He ended up hitting 3 people before his brakes even started.
Jesus.
The driver of the pickup has been identified as a 16-year-old boy. According to Farrell, the teen stayed at the scene and met with police after hitting the cyclist. There was no reason for this to happen, said Farrell. It wasn't like he was on his phone. He definitely meant to try and scare these people or intimidate them in some way. And then he made a mistake and ran them over. As of Saturday evening, the driver of the pickup truck had not been arrested.
Really?
Right now is prime time for cyclists and people for us to be outside working out. Please be careful, said Farrell.
I won't lie. So there are, every weekend, a group of, multi-groups of cyclists that come in through my area, up and down Berwick, up and down Ogeechee. And anytime it's like a Saturday morning, I go drop my dog off at doggy daycare, and it's like they're out. And I'm so paranoid because Ogeechee's got like weird medians every now and then, so they're on the road. I'm trying to avoid them. I'm like, I don't want a situation like this to happen at all. So it's just like always, I'm always like heads on a swivel, man, heads on a swivel.
How was that kid not arrested?
He needs to be arrested.
He was terrorizing cyclists by blowing diesel smoke from his giant-ass black truck in their face. And then he fucking ran over a couple. They had to be helicoptered to the hospital. And they're just like, boys will be boys. See you next time, kid.
Yeah, that's a rough look.
To say the least. All right, guys, we got about one more song. Then we're going to jump into our topic of the day. Once again, our topic of the day is, my fat hand went over this. Perfect. Our topic of the day, question of the day is, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Once again, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Ooh, Tony just dropped us a story. Thank you so much. All right, we're about 4 minutes out from our first break. Cotter, how do you want to work break number 1 here?
I can start with mine. Excuse me. What do you have anything? You said Tony just chimed in. Is there anything else on the stream?
Yeah, that's the first story I've gotten from the stream. It's a good one that Tony shared with us. Still nice and early, so people are still getting up, getting on their phones, ignoring their children, dropping them off.
So I can share mine, and then I guess how many do we want to share after that? I mean, we got some good ones on the Facebook. Take a call.
Yeah, let's take it real quick.
Rock 1061. Who's this?
Big, bald, and sexy. How are y'all this morning?
Doing good, Charles. How are you, man?
All right, got a real quick one for you. So, between football, weightlifting, work, being a stupid kid, I've pretty much injured every joint broken bones, stitches, 100 trips to the ER,
Right.
whatever. But generally, all of those were, I was doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing. But the one thing I can remember getting injured by absolutely doing nothing, I was a young little sexy kid, and my dad was out cutting the grass, and I was watching him. The windows were open because we didn't have central heat and air back then.
Right.
And we had wood windows, old house. And I was sitting there just watching Dad cut the grass, and something made the window sash drop right across all 4 of my fingers.
Oh!
And it basically cracked a bone in every one of those, 4 fingers on each hand, 8 fingers. So basically cracked a bone in all 8 fingers.
Oh, my God.
And they built things differently back then, so that must have been really heavy.
Exactly. So anyway, that's the one that really sticks out of I was actually doing nothing and got injured.
Good Lord. Well, we pray for your fingers. I'm sure they're better now, or at least oddly crooked.
Don't worry, I've broken all of them since playing football, so it's no big deal.
Nice.
Awesome, man. Thank you for the call. All right, see ya.
Yep, talk to y'all. Bye.
All right.
All right, we could use that for maybe the second one.
Yeah.
Kick the next break off with that, just for kind of a little chime in there.
I like it.
All right, so we're about a minute out from jumping on the air once again with our question of the day. Our question of the day is, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? You start, and then I'm going to bring up Tony's story.
Okay.
And then we have a ton of little ones, so why don't you bring up one or two maybe from the Facebook, and then we'll go to break from there. Cool with that?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. We'll use those. All right, guys, got about 25 seconds. We'll be right back. So how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Me, I almost lost an eye at a radio station event. That story and yours coming up. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Be sure to get on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Watch the show each and every morning. Of course, like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. So this morning, call, comment, and text, 800-394-1061. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Now, we all know I'm an idiot. And I have
I've seen your work. I can agree.
I have a list of things, throwing on my back, doing dumb things, falling off the stage during my senior year production of Grease in high school.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going with this one because I legitly about took out my eye. So years ago, we were doing an event at Savannah Harley-Davidson.
Oh, yeah.
Giving away a motorcycle. This is before you even got here. So It just popped up recently on my memories on Facebook. So it kind of reminded me that this happened. And we were getting close to the giveaway. 10 minutes out. Well, I had to go to the station vehicle to grab something. So I opened the door, grab whatever it was that I was grabbing. And then I to this day, still don't know how I managed this.
Okay.
I shut the door. The top corner got me right above my eye.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I
mean, what were you driving?
It was the old HHR. So
the doors are so short to the ground. How did it hit your eye?
I'm short. But it clipped me. I still have a scar right here by my eyebrow. And blood just started pouring down the side of my face.
Well, you probably were having a couple drinks, too, so
there
the alcohol didn't help.
Booze involved. So blood is pouring down the side of my face. I'm running around trying to find napkins. I go into Savannah Harley. There's a line out the door for the bathroom. A couple of employees walk out and they're looking at me like, oh my God, they're handing me stuff to try to stop the blood.
Right.
It would not stop. It just pouring out the side of my face. And legitly, it was right here on my eyebrow. If I would have gone a half inch down, it would have clipped my eye and probably ripped it out of my head.
I don't understand how this could even happen.
To this day, I don't remember.
HHR is like 3 feet off the ground.
I don't know how it happened.
2 inches off the ground.
I don't know how it happened. It was the top corner of the car door, and it just clipped. And the blood for the next 45 minutes just poured out the side of my head. I had a headache because, it got it so good.
I think you're just drunk. You're just way too drunk.
I don't think
because you had to
so.
lean into that.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how I did it, but seriously, inch lower. I would not have a right eyeball right now.
Dude, you must have looked badass when you went up on stage.
Oh,
that
so
night.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Like Andrew WK, just all the blood coming out of the mouth.
It's so stupid. I was shutting a car door and I almost lost my eye.
Props to you.
Thank you.
Are you telling me you could be walking around here with an eye patch right now?
Dude.
Why even do this show anymore?
Okay, it's like I screw up even when I hurt myself. I don't do it right.
Come on, Cotter.
Damn
Come
it.
on, man. All right. Once again, our question of the day is, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Cotter obviously sharing his story there. Almost lost an eye by just shutting a car door.
I'm good.
Tony shared a story with us here on the stream, Cotter. She said, first time I visited California when I was 10 years old, I stayed with family and began to play with their dog.
Makes sense.
I got up to get a drink from the kitchen and didn't pay attention to where I was walking because I was paying attention to the dog. Of course, now I'd do the same thing. Dogs are amazing. She goes, I ran into the corner of the wall with my head, ended up with 10 stitches in my forehead first day of vacation. She goes, just walking is apparently dangerous for Tony. Man, just an absolute brutal thing. But honestly, worth it. Dogs are amazing.
Dogs are great.
Yeah.
All right, I had a couple quick ones off the Facebook page. Jody coughed and dislocated a rib.
What?
I hear once you break or dislocate a rib, it's just so painful because you're breathing constantly and it's just nothing but pain until that heals.
He coughed and blew a rib out?
Yep.
Was it loose already?
don't know.
Can ribs get loose?
I don't know.
How do you get it back in place? You have to have to slam it up against a wall or something?
I don't think you can. It just heals.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that's the way you do it.
Dana sneezed and busted a blood vessel in their eye.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to hurt, right?
I did this over the weekend. I sneezed so hard, I felt like the front of my forehead was going to explode. You ever done that before? I seriously thought my head was just going to burst like a terrible B horror movie.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've done that, and I've sneezed my back out before. That's always good.
Talk about dumb injuries.
All right, one more, and then we'll hit a break. Dustin, you mean stepping off a step, rolling my ankle so bad, it broke in 7 places.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that happened.
Glass Joe over there. Ankle in 7 places just by rolling it?
7 places, rolling it, stepping down a step.
Oh, my God. He should be the starting quarterback of the Falcons or something. Got good luck going on for him.
How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Call, comment, and text right now. Got a great call from Big Bald and Sexy coming up. Here's Pop Evil, Survivor, Rock 106.1. All right, let me edit up this call, guys. We'll be right back.
both Sean and Rhett this morning. Appreciate that. All right, so we got about 2 minutes before we get on the air. Why don't we pop right back into that phone call?
Okay.
And then I'll go after that. And do you have any that you want to bring up?
Yeah, there's several good ones here. Let me get rid of these. Let's see. Yeah, we could do Marsha's. Marsha's good. It's something she's still suffering from.
Oh, okay. Why don't we do that? Let's go call. I'll go into mine and then go into Marsha's. Marsha, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then on the third break, I've got 2 from the stream that we're holding on to, and then we have a couple more.
All right. Do you want to end with Marsha?
Yeah, let's end with
Okay.
Marsha.
Cool. Yeah, I got plenty for a third break.
Cool. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for dropping in your stories on this, Monday morning of ours. Nice and slow start to the week, but we're getting into it. Once again, question of the day is, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Once again, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Share your stories with us. Charles, thanks for giving us a call. If you got one via text message you want to send us, go ahead and send it on over, 1-800-394-1061. And thank you for everyone who's already dropped in your stories on the stream as well.
All right, 45 seconds.
So once we get into a spot where we can talk off the air again, I found a story. The headline, suspect arrested after dousing woman in gasoline and lighting her on fire.
Jesus.
This is a story out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'll share that when we have a minute.
Okay. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Today's question is simple, something we can all relate to. How did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Big, Bald, and Sexy gave us a call. Here's his story.
The one thing I can remember getting injured by absolutely doing nothing, I was a young little sexy kid, and my dad was out cutting the grass, and I was watching him. The windows were open because we didn't have central heat and air back then.
Right.
We had wood windows, old house. And I was sitting there just watching Dad cut the grass, and something made the window sash drop right across all 4 of my fingers.
Oh!
And it basically cracked a bone in every one of those, 4 fingers on each hand, 8 fingers. So basically cracked a bone in all 8 fingers.
Oh, my God.
And they built things differently back then, so that must have been really heavy.
Exactly.
Growing up, I had an old-ass house. We had those wooden windows. Dude, those things were epically heavy.
Yeah, well, I mean, what kind of karma did Big, Bald, and Sexy there have as a small child to make that window seal completely drop on all 4 of his fingers, or all 8 of his fingers? Sorry, math is hard, especially for Charles. There, man, that's crazy. So glad to hear Charles survived.
Yes.
Glad to have him here, a part of the show today. So once again, our question of the day, Cotter, is how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Mine's pretty simple.
Okay.
I actually had 2, and one happened to me over the weekend. The first one was, I was playing 2-end touch football with the boys,
Yeah.
This is just another beautiful day. Of course, I stretched, sun shining, a bead of sweat going down my brow. And I'm a big guy. I'm, 6 foot tall, 200 plus pounds. I'm playing the line because I'm the big guy. So I literally bend down the first play of the 2-end touch football to block my rusher. And I felt my back just kind of seize up a little bit. I'm like, I'm fine. This is fine. I'm fine. I lasted about 2 more plays, and I just couldn't really stand up too well anymore, and I just had to go home. And nothing's more defeating than really doing nothing at all, playing 2-end touch with a bunch of young guys. All the guys were like I have them. I have a decade on them, and they're just absolutely roasting me for it. One happened to me over the weekend as well. I woke up yesterday morning, and I'm not joking, and this isn't just some bit because we had this question today, which was lined up weeks ago. Once again, question of the day is, how'd you injure yourself doing nothing at all? I woke up, my left ankle hurt. I have no idea why. It still hurts.
What'd you do while you were sleeping?
I have no idea.
You sleep
I
well?
absolutely have no idea. I literally woke up. I woke up Sunday morning, like to go pee at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And then suddenly my left ankle just hurts. Like I kind of halfway sprained it. I don't know what's going on with my body. Is this what happens when you turn 38?
Yeah, dude. When you get old, things just hurt for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, my left ankle's got me right now. I don't know why. It's hurting while I'm just sitting down.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one anymore. All right, so have you hurt yourself doing nothing at all? Marcia hit us up on Facebook, and she said, when my ex was becoming the ex, had a bunch of his things boxed up in the bedroom. I woke up one night, didn't turn on the light. It's my bedroom. I know where everything is. Well, not this time. Tripped over the boxes, breaking my foot in 3 places.
Oh, my God.
And tore 2 tendons.
Ooh.
12 years later, still having issues with this. The break was in the center of my foot, and she said, I'm constantly re-injuring it. It's not unlike the years of misery I spent with the ex in the first place was bad enough. Now I have this to remind me of it.
What a parting gift.
Right?
What a parting gift that he just gave her.
I feel bad. It's like she thinks she's getting out of a bad relationship. And he's like, nope, you're going to remember me forever.
Literally for 12 years, forever in the future, yeah.
All right, how did you injure yourself? Doing nothing at all. Call, comment, and text. Got more of your stories up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I got a quick story here on the text line for this.
Okay.
Rhett says, how was the boat ride to Chucktown? Yeah, the boat ride was fun. Yeah, we went over to, we left out of Hilton Head, went to Defusky, and just kind of came back.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was a nice day. I was really tired when I got home, though. And I didn't even get up early.
All right, I'm gonna run out for 1 second.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, we got plenty of time here. Okay.
The my Stream Deck isn't working. Let's try this. There we go.
Okay. His ankle legitimately hurts. All right, guys, happy Monday. Trivia is coming up. Giving you a chance to score some tickets for Shinedown. Got the Dude of the Week death match up against Sam, a young gentleman with autism, gave an awesome best man speech for his brother. Also, a Wisconsin teenager who actually sued a sheriff's office in federal court back in the early days of the pandemic. According to her, she posted something on Instagram saying that she had COVID. This was March of 2020. And then, like, the cops, a deputy, showed up at her house and told her she had to remove the post because it was going to incite panic. If she didn't remove the post, her and her parents would be arrested. But she actually took them to court and won. Got that story for Dude of the Week death match. Also going to talk Wedding Crashers 2 is supposed to happen. It may or may not now. There's a Mario Brothers animated movie coming out. We'll talk about the cast. Big Money Monday, of course. I got a story about an Ohio State player who's been dismissed from the team after some conduct on Saturday. And then a weird piece of Michael Jordan memorabilia recently sold at auction. We'll tell you what that is, and we'll also talk about some other weird pieces of sports memorabilia. So going to get to that. So all kinds of stuff still to get to here on the Monday show. So thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate it as always. I got that posted. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, lots of stuff to get to. The internet's acting weird today. All right. That ain't good. That could be the issue. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the internet's being a little weird today, guys. That's not cool. Don't do that, guys. All right. Let's see. Put that up. So Friday, went to the Southbound Brewing Company to check out Hazel Virtue. Eric Britt, who is a local musician. It was his band during the mid to late 90s. Had a little bit of a run with that band. He got back together with it, and the drummer in the band, ironically enough, was the lead singer to the house band that the station I was the program director for back in Illinois. So he was in town. Haven't seen him in over a decade. His name was Kevin Gray. So it was fun to talk to him. Fun to see just some live music. Drucker opened the show. They're really good. I had never seen them before. Then Hazel Virtue was a lot of fun, man. And the cool thing about it is they definitely had like that 90s, it was Sister Hazley kind of sound. You hear the band, and you're like, oh yeah, they're straight out of the 90s. And it was fantastic. I loved it. Yeah, the internet's acting weird. I don't know if that's messing with your...
No, it looks like I have a little like scene switcher, and it looks like it's locked up completely.
Okay. Because now I'm getting... yeah, there you go. That's going slow. Everything's just kind of going slow. So Machine Gun Kelly played Louder Than Life over the weekend. And obviously he had recently made comments about Slipknot. And he's, happy he's not 50 years old in a mask, making fun of the guys. And Louder Than Life, it's a little bit more metal, harder rock than what Machine Gun Kelly's, trying to do right now.
Oh, yeah.
Dude got booed.
Did he really?
At Louder Than Life. People were not happy with the comments he made at Slipknot. So
did he make more comments, or was he just performing?
He was just performing,
this
and
guy sucks.
Yeah, they were just performing, and dude was getting booed. Okay, now all kinds of things are going slow. Hold on a second, including our on-air machine. All right, this is fun. Okay, we're on. That's a plus. God damn it, man.
What's that?
It's freezing over here, too.
Oh, my stream deck's fine now. I just pressed another button.
You passed it on to the on-air machine. No, I think we're good. Okay.
So this next break, how do you want to work our final break of our call-in segment here?
Maybe it's okay. God damn it. Sorry, man. It's freezing up again. Don't like this. The crappy part is, typically go with the old, hey, let's
pop back.
I know, but it'll go and then it sits there, then it'll go and it'll sit there. So the crappy part about this, guys, is I can't really reboot this machine because then it'll take like 15 minutes for the on-air machine to come up. I guess there's that workaround. How was that? I got to see if I can figure that out. Maybe we can try that. Just not the ideal situation. May not have a choice. We'll see. All right. Well, hope for the best.
Is that the same machine?
What?
I was just thinking maybe you just shut down all of the website pages because maybe you got so many open.
I could try that. I mean, I typically have this many open, but yes, it is all the same machine. Shut down.
Yeah, shut down. See if because there's some flash stuff you have up there. Maybe it's little flippy graphics. I love Rhett's comment. The internet has a real case of the Mondays. I think we're all having a case of the Mondays today, man.
All right, let's hope for the best. It looks like we're okay for a second here.
Okay. I'll take okay for a second. So, story that I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Story that I mentioned a little while ago. So, in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, the headline is, suspect arrested after dousing woman in gasoline and lighting her on fire. Police arrest Lawrence Cedillo, who is accused of dousing a woman with gasoline, setting her on fire in Albuquerque. According to APD, a woman ran to a neighbor's house requesting help as she had been attacked. The neighbor called for police and medical assistance on her behalf. Police said the woman was taken to the hospital with serious burns. Prosecutors have filed to keep this guy in jail. Now, here's the thing, though. I was reading the story quickly off the air, and then I found an even better story that came out of New Mexico.
Jeez.
Here's the headline, Cotter. Give me your initial thoughts. Hyena bites off the Albuquerque zookeeper's finger. An investigation finds breach of protocol.
What, he was waving his finger at him? What is he doing?
So a hyena bit off the finger of a zookeeper at the Albuquerque Biopark in November incident after the worker violated zoo protocol in an internal investigation found. Now this...
we got about 20 seconds.
This happened... Oh, I guess this happened like a year and a half ago. But still, it's one of their most read stories ever. Apparently.
I've got 2 stories here I can read.
They have video of it. No way. Cool.
Do you have a couple?
Yeah, I got some.
Okay. All right, guys, be right back. How did you injure yourself? Doing nothing at all. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. Renee, she hit us up on Facebook. Said, I was standing on a small stool. I'm short. I feel you. Feeding my snake. The stool flipped sideways.
Sorry, feeding her snake. All right.
The stool flipped sideways. My foot and ankle went with it. The doctor said, I tore the ligament on my foot so violently that it took a piece of bone with it.
Oh, my God.
Not fun at all. Would not recommend.
Yeah, 0 out of 10 stars. Not a way to spend a weeknight. Yeah, for sure. God, good Lord, man. All right, let's move on over to the stream. Once again, our question of the day is, how did you injure yourself doing nothing at all? Standing on a stool apparently is a very, very, high-profiling, highly dangerous act. Sean has a different story. He said, a friend of mine dislocated his knee live on the stream while playing Call of Duty Warzone. Now, he got way too excited and hyperextended his leg and knee, and he dropped and started screaming in pain live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube on his live stream. How do you really can't walk away from that one, especially being a live stream. But, man, I feel bad for that guy. Hopefully it was something good that he did. He wasn't like, I know he said he was excited, but hopefully he got like a great kill or something, and it wasn't because like he was like angry mad and he somehow injured himself after like a death.
Wanda also hit us up. She said, sitting in the passenger side of my ex's Nova. Inside was gutted, so nothing but seats and metal. My brother wanted to go riding, so we hit the dirt roads. The ex decided to punch it and jumped hills, hit a soft spot of dirt. I flew out of the car and landed on my back. The state trooper said I should not have survived. My back has been jacked up since the 11th grade because of their dumbasses.
Good Lord, man. All right, well, let's jump back to the stream. Rhett says, we were at the gun range training, and I went to get in the prone position and snap. My back went out, and I was stuck on the ground. I literally could not get back up, and it had to take off a couple days to recoup my back. So that must be an awkward situation, especially getting down in the prone position, because, I mean, you're just kind of laying on your belly there, I think is what he's kind of talking about when he's trying to shoot. And, like, he's just like a beached whale. Come on, guys. Someone's going to have to get me up here. Yeah.
All right, so big thanks to all of the calls, comments, and texts today. Right now, we're going to head right into some trivia. Are you smarter than community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Marshall, what do we got to give away today?
Today, we're going to get some tickets away to Shinedown. They're playing next Thursday night in Augusta. That's right, Augusta. You can see Shinedown live. The guys are ready to hit the road, and we're going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check them out.
All right, so if you'd like to play, are you smarter than a community college dropout? Call right now, 800-394-1061. The first person through wins and plays some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Rock 1061. Rock 1061, who's this?
This is Adam.
Adam, how's it going, man?
Good, bro. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Who do you want to take on today in trivia? Myself, Cotter, or Marshall?
Go with Marshall.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, Marshall's going to put on the headphones. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know the answer to a question, you can pass. And if we have time at the end, we'll come back to it, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. It is multiple choice. The Green Mountains are a major mountain range in what New England state? New Hampshire, New York, or Vermont?
Vermont.
That is correct. What youth organization was founded by Juliet Gordon Low in 1912?
I'm sorry, could you repeat it?
What youth organization was founded by Juliet Gordon Low in 1912?
What youth organization?
Yes.
Did you say?
Yes, youth organization.
Youth organization. Oh my. I'll pass. I don't know.
Okay. What artist provided the song Gangsta's Paradise for the movie Dangerous Minds?
Coolio.
That is correct. What observation tower was built in 1961 as the centerpiece of the Seattle's World Fair?
The Space Needle.
Correct. Who retired as the anchor of the CBS Evening News on March 6, 1981? Was it Walter Cronkite or Dan Rather?
Cronkite.
That is correct. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you've got to promise not to say when, is a lyric from what Foo Fighters song?
I have no idea. I hate Foo Fighters.
Okay. LA is California's most populated city. What is the second most populated city in California?
I'm going to say San Diego.
That is correct. And one more time, what youth organization was founded by Juliet Gordon Low in 1912? You got a couple seconds.
Man, youth organization. Bro, I don't know.
Okay, that's cool. Time is up, but a good showing.
Wow, YMCA.
All right, Marshall, we got Adam got 5 out of 7.
Damn it. Adam, come on, man. What are you doing here?
All right, Adam, hang tight. Hang tight. We'll be right back to you. We're going to run him by Marshall now and see how he does on the quiz. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Question number 1 is multiple choice. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
The Green Mountains are a major mountain range in what New England state? New Hampshire, New York, or Vermont?
Oh, my gosh. It's a great question. New York?
Incorrect. What youth organization was founded by Juliet Gordon Low in 1912?
Oh, the Girl Scouts.
That is correct. What artist provided the song Gangsta's Paradise for the movie Dangerous Minds?
Coolio?
Correct. What observation tower was built in 1961 as the centerpiece of the Seattle's World Fair?
Space Needle?
Correct. Who retired as anchor of the CBS Evening News on March 6, 1981? Walter Cronkite or Dan Rather?
Cronkite.
That is correct. The only thing I'll ever ask of you is you've got to promise not to say when is a lyric from what Foo Fighters song?
Everlong?
That is correct. L.A. is California's most populated city. What is the second most populated city?
Oh. I don't know. San Diego.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
did I win?
you got him by 1.
Adam! Got you, bro!
Damn.
All right, congratulations, Adam. I'm going to
impressed.
hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check out Shinedown. They're playing in Augusta next week. So here's the deal. Cotter is writing down your phone number. You don't need to say it on the air or anything or on the stream. Cotter is writing it down right now. We're going to call you after the show today or tomorrow. We'll get you all set up with those tickets.
Great. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, Cotter, let's go ahead and go over the correct answers.
All right, here you go with the correct answers. Green Mountains are found in Vermont.
That was my second choice.
Juliet Gordon Low founded the Girl Scouts in 1912. Coolio did Gangsta's Paradise. The Space Needle was built in 1961. It was Walter Cronkite that retired in 1981. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, got to promise not to say when, is from Everlong. And yes, San Diego, the second largest city in the state of California.
That's where I'd like to live.
All right, coming back tomorrow, another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. New time, 7:30, your chance to win. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, Cotter's going to edit that up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, back on the stream. Cotter was just editing up the audio you guys heard first. I somehow took home the win there. Stunned, trust me, when it comes to trivia 6-5 over Adam. Don't worry, Adam still gets hooked up with tickets to go check out Shinedown. They're going to be playing in Augusta next week. Thank you for that. Speaking of Shinedown, we're going to be bringing them up in Marshall's Music News. They had another brush of the Coco. Not the first time they've had a brush with the Coco in the band. Shinedown's going to be playing next Thursday over at the SRP Park, which is their like baseball stadium. I've been told is not very nice.
Oh, really?
People used other words.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so the guys will be playing over there.
All right, there we go.
All right, guys, I got a little while actually before we hit the top of the hour. Once we hit the top of the hour, we'll be back with Dude of the Week. Our Dude of the Week is a best man speech versus a Wisconsin teenager who stuck it to the law. So we'll have you guys vote and determine the Dude of the Week, top of the 8 o'clock hour. And then after that, it's Big Money Monday. If you feel like chiming in, if you haven't already, with your first name and a number between 1 and 9, we will choose one random person that will spin for, and they'll have a shot at winning $50 cash. If they hit the number 69, they win $100 cash, and everyone has that chance starting today.
I would like to, I brought up Rule 69. I would like to, in honor of Star Wars, call it Order 69. Instead of Order
I'm good with that.
Instead of Order 66. So Order 69.
Yeah, I'm definitely good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be talking to Kevin Martin of Candlebox. He'll be on the show. So he'll be joining us. Of course, Candlebox is playing Victory North Savannah tomorrow night with the Dead Deads, which is my favorite opening band name of all time.
Yeah.
Never heard of them, but I'm sure they're fantastic. But Candlebox is going to be in town tomorrow, so we're going to have Kevin on the show tomorrow. We'll also have, I'm guessing, Brent of Shinedown be joining us on the show as well.
Probably.
We're still scheduling that interview out, but should be pretty easy to get those guys on with us. Maybe this week, if not next week, joining us on the radios. So this is the weirdest thing. So a lot of bands have been canceling tours because of, like COVID protocol, people getting sick, trailers crashing in Nashville. That was a story with Nonpoint last week. So
right.
Living Colour have dropped off the Summerlin tour, which is with like Everclear and Hoobastank, because of transportation issues. So this was announced yesterday. So they pulled out of the last 6 shows of the Summerland tour due to a transportation issue. Now, Living Colour has been all over the place. They played the Riot Festival up in Chicago over the weekend. So they're not going to make it to dates in Idaho, Kentucky, Virginia, Mableton, Georgia. I ain't heard of that one. Clearwater, and Jacksonville, Florida. They actually put out a statement saying it is with deep regret that we are not going to be performing on the remainder of the Summerlin Tour 2021 and select headlining shows after September 25th due to a continued transportation issue.
That sucks.
They said, we apologize for any inconvenience and disappointment. Everclear, Hoobastank, and Wheatus are new additions to our family, and we want everyone to wish them a safe and healthy 2021 and beyond. So that's kind of a bummer news to hear from Living Colour.
Yeah, that stinks.
Obviously, we got those guys to swing into Savannah, so that was really nice. Just a few weeks back, they played Victory North Savannah on a Monday night. Nothing says party like a Monday night concert. Morning, A-Dub. How are you? Welcome to the Monday show.
The story came out recently about Marvel. So there are family members of some of the old comic book artist from Marvel, the writers and the artist who created some of the most iconic characters in the Marvel universe. And they're looking basically to try to get the copyrights back for these characters. Now, Marvel had a deal worked out. Basically, you were a contract employee. Anything you created was Marvel's property.
Right.
There is some sort of term in the whole copyright law saying that they can go back and attempt to get the rights back.
Right.
Somebody tried that a few years ago at DC, trying to get the rights back of Superman. That went nowhere. Kind of the same thing. There was the contract sort of situation. So Marvel is now suing some of the heirs of these artists and creators, trying to prevent it. Because, I mean, if by chance, whatever, they were able to get the copyrights, Marvel and Disney would lose copyrights like, Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Like their biggest characters.
The anchors of the whole MCU, and then these families could do whatever they wanted with them. I mean, I'm guessing they're not going to be like, okay, you're never going to see Spider-Man ever again. They're going to try to cash in and make as much stinking money as humanly possible.
Right.
But it would be an interesting turn of events if this happened. I don't think it will, because the precedent has been set not giving the rights back. And even if they were crappy deals that Marvel had back in the day, they still were the deals they had back in the day. So I'd be shocked if all of a sudden they'd be like, yeah, the guy that was the great-great-grandson of the dude who created Spider-Man, you can have him back.
Jesus, man. Yeah, I mean, that would be crazy to think of like an MCU without, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Although he's even controlled by Sony. But so I guess like at that point, if the family of the creator of Spider-Man got the rights, let's say they won the rights back from Spider-Man, that means they get to like rip it away from the companies, right?
Yeah, they Marvel and Disney couldn't do anything with them moving forward. Sony as well when it came to Spider-Man. But I mean, these families could turn around and sell it. I mean, they can sell them back to whoever. That's what I would do.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would just like, if I owned Spider-Man, if I got those rights, I would just lease them. I'd be like, okay, I will take $150 million for this movie.
Yeah,
and you're gonna make that in 10 times that amount.
Yeah,
I will take $150 for this one movie. Once you're done making that movie and it's successful, come back to me. I'll let you know how much the next one costs.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see too. Because, I mean, you've got, like you go to Universal and there's a bunch of Marvel stuff in Universal. You've got a bunch of Marvel stuff coming to Disney. So, I mean, there's different rights for different things. But if you own the rights for Spider-Man, you go back to Universal and be like, all right, you want the Spider-Man ride to continue? Cough up the cash. I don't know, man. I don't think it'll revert back, but it could be an interesting set of dominoes if they did.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder if that will go down. Probably not.
I don't think it will. I think there's too much precedent already set.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars, although they lost again yesterday, it was a great game. It was like 31-19. I mean, all the way up until the third quarter, it was pretty tight. I was like, damn, are the Jags going to actually beat the Cardinals? They didn't. But the Jaguars actually returned the NFL's longest field goal attempt of 109 yards yesterday. So the Cardinals tried this super crazy long field goal. It was a 68-yard attempt. It was something stupid.
Right.
Well, it fell short. Although they hit a record, Justin Tucker of the Ravens hit a record 66-yard field goal yesterday.
Right.
The Cardinals tried to kick a 68-yarder. It did not turn out well. So they put a guy back there. They put a guy back in the end zone. And the rules state that if you miss a field goal and it's in play, another player can catch it and return it.
Okay.
Well, a Jaguars player did that and returned it for 109 yards, which is the longest touchdown you can have.
Right.
And he tied it with, I think Devin Hester has it. I think Cordero Patterson also has a 109-yard return. But this guy, tied history yesterday, part of the Jaguars, the 109-yard field goal attempt return for a touchdown.
That's pretty awesome.
I think his name was Agnew. Yeah, Agnew was the guy that returned it yesterday. But good for that guy. There was a lot of history yesterday. I mean, there was just a lot of kicking history done in the NFL. On a personal side note, I'm not all the way dead in my fantasy football leagues, but for the most part, I'm all the way dead.
Yeah, I think the one league that I spend money on, I'm effed. I am so effed. I think I'm getting my butt kicked again. Let's see. I'm going to pull out the victory in the Cotter and Marshall League, so that's good.
Congratulations.
I'll be 2-1 there. But the one where the money's on the line, I'm going to go to 0-3. I'm going to get crushed. I got 84 points. My opponent's already got 90 and still has another player to go. I am screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
So all right. So this is I'm guessing this is legit. There are some people.
I'm guessing this is legit?
It's such a weird story. So
Okay.
There are some people calling for a new term to replace the term virginity. Partially because the word has been built up to frame female sexuality as a treasure that can be taken or lost. So I kind of get what they're saying there. So one person has submitted this term: replace virginity with sexual debut.
Virginity with sexual debut.
Yeah. The idea is to make the beginnings of sexuality more positive, so that women don't begin their journey at a deficit.
All right. It can only be called sexual debut if I'm introduced like I am the starting point guard for the Chicago Bulls. You remember the music of the Chicago Bulls?
The Alan Parsons Project? Yeah.
If it's like, all right, making his sexual debut, the one and only Marshall. And I come out, I'm wearing like the jumpsuit. I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. And I peel off the jumpsuit completely nude underneath. And you just get to make love in front of a crowd of 40,000 people.
Ugh. Paid money for that.
No pressure.
Sexual debut. So there you go.
Sexual debut.
Sounds like a band name. That's a good band name. Sexual debut. So there you go.
It's something. Jesus Christ.
I get the thought behind it, but I just feel like people overthink everything.
You think that because you overthink everything.
I do, but I mean, not to this extent. I started watching some of the Disney anime shorts.
Oh, that Star Wars Vision series?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that came out.
So I got through the first couple. So I did this Friday, and I fell asleep during like the third one because I was just done. Pretty cool. I mean, it's just kind of different, standalone little stories.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was straight up kind of samurai feel to it. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to watch the rest of them.
So The Witcher, which is speaking of streaming TV shows and everything, The Witcher, which is going to be coming out with season 2 this coming December after a 2-year break, has already been officially renewed for a season 3. Plus, they're doing an animated like prequel movie as well. I mean, They're going full out on the Witcher universe. It's actually a pretty decent show. I really liked it. Henry Cavill, who plays Superman, plays the lead character in this TV show. And they just announced yesterday, they said, toss a coin to our growing Witcher universe. We can officially announce that Witcher Season 3, along with a second anime feature film and a new kids and family series set in the world of The Witcher, is on its way. The last thing you think about is kids and family series within the Witcher world, because it's about sex, murder, and magic.
It'd be like, hey, here's the Saturday morning cartoon, Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It is. It is. First episode we call The Red Wedding. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, but like at that point, you're just taking the sex and murder out of The Witcher, and it's just about magic. And I guess that's a kid show.
Yeah, I guess.
Why create a kid show? I mean, in this universe where kids are going to be like, oh, here's Superman playing Witcher, and they turn it on, and like, the Witcher's having sex with like 3 chicks, and then murdering monsters and humans. It's interesting. They would want to do a kids series about The Witcher.
Yeah. Is that kind of like, Marlboro and Camel advertising cigarettes to young kids? Hook 'em young, guys. Hook 'em young.
Yeah, it's like going back to the Hellraiser franchise and being like, Pinhead's just a wacky guy with nails in his head. He's like, no one understands me. And then he breaks out that cube and murders a bunch of people. I mean, makes them go away.
Makes them go away.
Tony goes, making their magical sexual debut. Sean hated The Witcher, apparently. Damn, really?
I tried to watch it, and I just couldn't get into it.
It wasn't, it was told on like a non-linear storyline,
Right.
so it wasn't like, it was told like a Pulp Fiction story where everything was kind of out of order.
Yeah. So American Gladiators looks to be getting another reboot.
Really?
So
Where at now? Which streaming service?
well, they'll be interesting. So it debuted in the late 80s, early 90s. It's like a syndicated late night on a Saturday. Loved it, watching it growing up. They tried to bring it back in the 2008 NBC. You had Hulk Hogan and Layla Ali as your hosts. Well, here we go.
Wait, that was 2008?
2008.
Okay.
WWE is teaming up with MGM to bring back the show. The Gladiators will be WWE superstars. It makes sense.
That does make sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
So this will be on Peacock, right? Because WWE has a deal with Peacock or whatever?
It'd be my guess. It doesn't say, but it'd be my guess. But I mean, honestly, of all the things WWE has done, yeah, I get this one. I mean, you don't need to bust out your big guns because you don't want to risk injury for your top stars. But you have all these guys signed to the WWE with nothing for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Throw them in American Gladiators. Why not?
The low-level guys?
Yeah. Every now and then throw a bone and have one of your mid-level guys show up. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to want Bobby Lashley out there, getting hurt and not being able to wrestle.
Well, you definitely need Bobby Lashley for like episode 1.
Yeah, maybe.
Will the wrestlers change their names to like a nickname like Thunder,
I don't think so. I mean, you already got the name.
Jazz Hands?
They're already branded. So yeah. And speaking of WWE, Extreme Rules was on yesterday. Last night, I watched like the first couple matches and then went, yeah, I'm going to go to bed. There is such, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like after watching AEW, and some of the stuff they've done just on regular television. Like I can't, it's hard to watch WWE. I mean, there's some, decent matches here occasionally, but it's just like after seeing the return of CM Punk, after seeing the Bryan Danielson, what's his face match?
Kenny Omega.
To start Dynamite, to kick off the show. You're like, I don't want to go back to this garbage anymore. And surprisingly enough, so Dave Meltzer is a wrestling journalist. He use that term loosely. He's famous for giving out ratings, star ratings in matches. And usually it's a 1 to 5 star. He'll go negative stars. He's gone like the 7 stars before in stupid matches. So he gave that match a 5 star, which is supposedly the highest.
Okay.
It was Bryan Danielson's first 5-star rated match from Dave Meltzer in his career. And that goes back to his indie stuff, Ring of Honor stuff, and then stuff at WWE. I mean, if I had to put together a Mount Rushmore legit of my favorite, if you're looking at wrestlers, not characters, but actual guys who could wrestle, he's on my Mount Rushmore. He's one of the top 4 in my opinion. And never to get a 5-star, and he's been doing this for 20 years, it's kind of shocking.
Going back to American Gladiators.
Yeah.
And the WWE reviving that show. I'm guessing once again, there's no way it's going to be on like regular network television. It makes me think that's going to be like on Peacock. The cock, as we like to call it. So I was looking through gladiator names.
Right.
Tell me if you remember any of these gladiators. Now, these gladiators only, let's see.
Is this the original or the reboot? Because if it's the reboot, I'm probably not going to remember.
So, no, these are gladiators who, let's see.
We got about 3 minutes.
Debuted in season 1.
Okay.
Malibu.
Oh, yeah.
Lace.
Oh, yeah.
Zap.
Yep.
Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
Nitro.
Oh, I remember Nitro.
Sunny. Cheryl Bardinger.
Sunny, not so much.
She was injured during a semifinal round, and she only was on 1 season.
There you go. That's probably what I don't remember.
Blaze.
I remember Blaze.
Bronco.
I don't remember Bronco.
He appeared as a replacement on 1 episode following an injury to Malibu.
Okay.
Gold.
No.
She was on for a couple seasons.
I don't remember Gold.
Laser.
I remember Laser.
Laser was on for 6 years. Jesus Christ. Then there is Jade. She only appeared, I think, in 1 episode.
Yeah.
Titan.
I remember Titan.
Diamond. Ice. Thunder. Turbo. Storm. Tower.
Yep.
Ooh, Tower appeared as a replacement following an injury to Turbo. Continued to appear as a regular gladiator until 1994. I mean, these guys just had the coolest names. Havoc,
Yeah.
Saber, Siren,
Oh,
Sky.
I remember Saber. Yeah. I remember Saber.
Ooh, I think the worst name out of all of them was probably Dallas.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. We got about 2 minutes.
Tony says, shit, I remember all those except Bronco. Feel so old. What would your gladiator name be?
Oh. Oof. Pathetic. I don't know. Unintimidating. Lackluster.
Wow.
I mean, if I stepped out.
Oh, luster.
Luster, there we go. I mean, if I stepped out, it's like, all right, I'm ready. So-and-so up from wherever for the joust. Here is Cotter. I'm not striking fear in the hearts of anyone. This gladiator almost took out his own eye while closing a car door.
So Cameron just asked a question. He goes, who was the deaf American gladiator? It was Siren.
Oh, I didn't know there was one.
Real name, Shelley Betty. She was a professional female bodybuilder. 5'8".
Yeah, all these guys.
Oh, she's dead. Rest in peace, Shelley.
Peace. That sucks.
13 years ago she died.
Oh, damn.
Good Lord. Wanda says my gladiator name would be Sloth because I'm just sloth. Let's see. I don't see it used. I'm just going to be known as Dynamite.
Dynamite?
Dynamite.
I like it.
Yeah, go Dynamite. The last one that appears on this list is Tank. Tank was on for just a couple years.
Okay.
American Gladiators had like a 7-year run, guys.
It had a good run.
It went on way too long.
It had a good run. I mean, it was perfect in syndication. When they tried to bring it back for like prime time, they're like, nah, this doesn't work. This is 3 o'clock in the morning, nothing else on, and I'm drunk. That's perfect. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning to everybody hanging out on air and on the stream today. If you haven't done the stream thing yet, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch each and every morning, streaming the show, the entire thing. So be sure to watch along. And as always, while you're there, like, follow, and subscribe. Find out what we're up to when we're not on the air.
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
Cool! A freak show! Let's check it out!
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
All right, it is time for the Dude of the Week Deathmatch. Up first is Sam Waldron. Now, Sam is featured in a video that's gone viral recently. He's autistic, and in the video, he's giving the best man speech at his brother's wedding.
I'm so honored to stand here as your best man, Jonah and Maddie, but I am also terrified. You see, I have autism. My autism can make me terribly scared to interact with people, let alone give a speech in front of 170 of them, for Pete's sake. To all your days here and after, may they be filled with fun, happiness, and laughter. Cheers.
He actually goes on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I watched the whole video yesterday, and it was a very emotional speech that he gave, and he absolutely killed it. I mean, he got a standing ovation for a few minutes afterwards. I mean, this kid absolutely killed his best man speech. Now, our other potential Dude of the Week, Cotter, is a Wisconsin high school student, going against the law.
Yeah, this one's interesting. So I'm just going to call her Amy because it's Amy Aya. I don't know. We'll call her Amy. So back in March of 2020, pandemic starting, she posts to Instagram, I've got COVID. Mm-hmm. And then comes knocking on her door, the cops. They're like, look, you're going to incite panic by posting that. If you don't take it down, we're not only arresting you, we're going to arrest your parents as well.
Right.
Seems a little hardcore to me.
It seems like something that maybe they shouldn't have done, but that's exactly what went down, and she won her judgment in this case. Now, I don't know what exactly happened to those sheriffs. Maybe I missed it in the story, but she challenged the law, and she won.
Yeah, it was a federal lawsuit, so it doesn't say what damages or anything that she received, but the judge wrote, the First Amendment is not a game setting for the government to toggle off and on. Now, the sheriff's department said, look, this didn't happen. No one was threatened with arrest.
Right.
But they lost. So, did somebody threaten with arrest?
I think someone got threatened with arrest.
All right, so who is the dude of the week? Is it Sam, given that epic 5-minute best man speech, or is it Amy, who literally fought the law and won? You can vote now, Rock 1061 Facebook page. You can comment, or you can text 800-394-1061. Who is the dude of the week? We'll crown the champion next. Here's Daughtry. It's Heavy is the Crown. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, feel free to vote. Wanda says Sam. Holly says him, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, this is a crazy story. The other dude of the week, the Wisconsin high school student, Amy. Yeah, a U.S. District Judge, Brett Ludwig, ruled that Amy's constitutional rights were freedom of speech was violated when the Marquette County Sheriff showed up at her door.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Could you imagine if you're like, yep, got the cocoa right at the beginning of the pandemic, and you just got to knock. Hello? Delete that, or I will arrest your entire family. Okay. Seems like a little egregious.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sean says Sam. Rhett says Sam. I don't know if you saw those or not.
Yep, got those.
Rhett said something about the comments on the Facebook stream disappearing on anyone else's stream. I have no idea. Facebook's the worst.
I've been having weird stuff with Twitch this morning, but I don't know. It could just be the internet here at work.
It's most definitely the internet here at work.
All right, got about 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes.
So for the longest time in my house, I've had an Apple TV, and
okay.
I also have an Amazon Fire Stick, and my Amazon Fire Stick is pretty much primarily the one thing I use, but I do have a couple apps that I just keep on the Apple TV just so I have a reason to use it.
Right.
I have made the decision. I am retiring the Apple TV.
Why?
Well, they have a brand new fancy Amazon Fire Stick that has a processor that's like, I don't know, a bajillion times faster.
Right.
And I realized that I can actually have everything I need on one location on just the Fire Stick. So I will be having a tender moment with my Apple TV as I retire it here in about 2 weeks.
The only thing that I haven't found on the Fire Stick, and maybe I'm just missing it, is Peacock.
Peacock's there.
Is? Okay, I'll have to go back and look.
I went and looked. Like I use 6 apps on like the Apple TV.
Right.
Like Fight TV when I rent pay-per-views and stuff. And that was it's all on there, man. So.
Okay, I'll have to go back and check because I go back and forth between the Fire Stick and whatever Xfinity. They have got something that kind of does the same thing, but they don't offer everything there. So, well, it's good. Now that makes it way easier. I can just stick with one. All right, we've got about a minute. Still to come this hour, Big Money Monday. So if you have not submitted your name and number, feel free to do that anytime. Just your first name and number 1 through 9.
Sorry, I'm making noise over here.
Yeah,
I'm moving around all of the fart sprays.
We will use those next week for Torture Tuesday. All show. It will be blasted in the face with the various levels of smell. All right, got about 30 seconds.
Also, just a heads up for anyone on the stream who hasn't done it yet, make sure to text us 1-800-394-1061 for Big Money Monday. Your first name and a number between 1 and 9. We'll choose one random person. Hopefully, we'll be shooting off the money gun today.
I hope so, man. It's been way too long. Way too long since we had a winner.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that we haven't been able to give out more money.
All right, guys, be right back. Up first, Sam Waldron. Sam's got autism, and he was the best man at his brother's wedding, and he gave an epic 5-minute speech. That video has since gone viral. Option number 2 is Amy. She literally fought the law and won. Back in March of 2020, she posted to Instagram saying, hey, I got COVID. Cops came knocking on her door going, take that down. We're going to arrest you and the family. She took them to court and won. However, she's not winning the Dude of the Week.
There could only be one, as the Highlander series has taught us, Cotter, and that one is the one and only Sam, the best man at that wedding.
Yeah, it's an epic speech. He's cracking jokes. People are laughing. People are crying. He gets a standing ovation when it's all said and done. It's one of those viral videos that just makes you feel good, which I think we all need more of. If you get a chance to check it out, please do so. But Sam Waldron, this week's Dude of the Week. All right, coming up next, got a couple stories about some movies. Wedding Crashers 2.
Oh.
Got an update. It's not positive.
Okay.
Super Mario Brothers, an animated movie is happening. The cast has been announced. Interesting?
I kind of like it and hate it at the same time.
Exactly. We'll break it down next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging around with us here on this Monday of ours as we get back into the work week. Makes you feel better. We're definitely not awake either.
No. Nope.
Oh, look at this. Perfect. All right, yeah, so coming up next, going to talk some movies, and obviously we got Big Money Monday. So once again, let me check the text line and see how we're doing. Oh, yeah, we just got a ton dropped in.
All right.
And once again, we have a new rule with Big Money Monday. If the person that we roll for, the number 69 hits, you don't just win $50, you win $100. So... Yep. That's the new rule that was stated or put in law, put in order. How do you say that?
Order 69.
Order 69. Anyway, it's been put into the law books of the Cotter and Marshall Show. If you hit number 69, you get double the cash just for being awesome. It happened to our winner last week, and we decided to make that rule change, of course, afterwards. So sorry, person, last week. You get nothing.
Sorry. But A-Dub gave the thumbs up on it, so your chance to win even more of our boss's money. So Apple and Fortnite having some issues right now.
Oh, they've been having issues for a while.
Yep.
Dude.
But Fortnite, you can no longer download it from the Apple App Store.
Oh.
So they yanked that during this dispute. I guess Fortnite is unhappy that Apple takes money from, like in-game stuff.
Yeah, so Apple makes everyone that has their apps on their phones use their payment system as opposed to like Fortnite just being able to use like PayPal only.
Right.
So yeah, so that's Apple makes them use their payment system, and then Apple, of course, takes like 15% of every single transaction.
So until this gets resolved, you'll no longer be able to download Fortnite onto an Apple device. Now, if you already have it downloaded, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't download it and play it now. I don't know. It'll be interesting because you have, people will probably take Fortnite's side because there's fans of the game. You have people who are just major Apple nerds taking their side. So I don't know. I don't see this being resolved anytime soon.
I don't think Apple's the number one place to play Fortnite anyway.
I wouldn't think,
like
right?
an Apple iPhone.
Yeah. But, I mean, the game's so massive, it has to do well even on Apple devices, I would think. I don't know.
Yeah, Fortnite and Minecraft are one of those top games of the last, decade.
Yeah, 100%.
So speaking of video games, Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct on Thursday. We obviously weren't on the air on Friday. So a lot of people were talking about how they were going to announce Mario Kart 9. The 9th game in the series.
Right.
They did not do that in typical Nintendo fashion. They did announce they announced a new Kirby game called Kirby Forgotten Lands, and then they also announced Bayonetta 3, which was a long-awaited sequel that has been going on out there. That was kind of it. Those were really the only other big announcements. Oh, sorry, there was one other big announcement. So. Kind of like how Xbox has that Game Pass where you pay like, I don't know, whatever it is, $100 a year and you get to play all the video games on their digital service. Nintendo also announced that they're adding on to their online service. So for an additional fee, and they haven't mentioned it yet, you're going to be able to play not only Nintendo 64 games, but Sega Genesis games.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And they're adding in like a dozen to begin with. And not only that, they are actually creating and selling wireless versions of those controllers.
Oh, that's cool.
So wireless, like the Genesis Black, like 3-button.
Yeah.
And then the Nintendo 64, like, I don't know, 3-fingered thing, whatever it was. They're actually making wireless versions and selling those controllers as well for $50 a pop,
Jesus.
which seems a little high.
Yeah.
But pretty cool stuff. So you'll be able to play some old school Nintendo 64 games like, Mario 64, which was, massive, Ocarina of Time, all the big games you're going to be able to play on your Nintendo Switch. So those were the big announcements. I thought we'd get something a little bit bigger, like they'd announce a new Mario game, or they announce, something, give us something, but not the huge reveals people were expecting.
I've never played a Kirby game. Don't care.
Oddly enough, my wife plays Kirby games.
Really?
I had no idea. We bought the last one that came out, and she beat it in like 2 weeks.
Oh, damn. And I've never heard, was it Bayonetta?
Yeah, Bayonetta, yeah.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, Bayonetta is, it's a kind of like an anime Japanesey, like, it's a hot brunette girl who has 2 guns, and she has guns in her shoes, and she murders demons.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
bring it on.
Andrew says, oh, yeah, still waiting on Metroid Prime 4, though. Yeah, they still haven't announced anything on that. Classic Nintendo. What do you want the most? Nope. We're good. All right, guys, coming up here in just 2 minutes or so, we're coming back on. We're going to talk about Wedding Crashers 2 and get into the Mario Brothers cast. They announced that officially. That was actually on the Nintendo Direct as well.
Okay.
Where they announced the full voice cast for the new Mario Brothers movie. And then we'll get right into Big Money Monday. Let's see. There it is. Perfect. They're both right here. I'm a genius. I put both the stories I need right next to each other.
Ah, nice.
Where does it stop, Marshall? Where does it stop?
2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes.
Juana says, let's take a walk through Food Lion. Okay. I don't know what that means.
You listening to us in Food Lion? Yes. All right, got about 90 seconds. Ugh. If anybody's bored tonight, be hanging out at Jerry's Lounge. Trivia, 8 to 10. You've driven past Jerry's the past decade like I did, and it's like, man, I got to go in there one day. You should go in there one day.
Jerry's Lounge is a perfect small-town dive bar.
Oh, it's great. The cup system is fantastic. All right. Under a minute left. Crossfading cold. Get some chili peppers after this. Brand new stuff from Aaron Jones on the way.
So I found a list. I don't think we've talked about it yet. Have we talked about the top 10 comedies from the early 2000s?
No.
I sent you this article one day. But yeah, it's the top 10 comedies from the early 2000s comedies. So we'll go over the top 10 list and then some runner-ups that didn't make the list.
Okay. I'm intrigued. All right, guys, be right back. Got a couple movie updates wanted to share with you guys. We'll start with Wedding Crashers. It was a while back. We heard that there was going to be a sequel to Wedding Crashers. Director David Dobkin was in, Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams, Isla Fisher, all coming back. It sounded like Owens and Vaughn are going to make like $10 million each.
Yeah, good payday for them.
For the sequel. I mean, production was getting ready to start. Going to take place in Georgia and Puerto Rico. It's getting to the point, cast and crews, they're looking for places to live during filming. And then Owen Wilson brought it all to a crashing halt.
So his agent informed the people at the Wedding Crashers 2 movie that he instead was going to sign on and be a part of Disney's Haunted Mansion reboot, and then he's going to go directly into doing the second season of Loki, which is that Disney Plus show that he was a part of. So when we get a Wedding Crashers 2, who knows?
Now, I find it interesting because they said he didn't violate any contracts. So did they not sign anything for Wedding Crashers 2?
It's just one of those like handshake and a wink deals. Like, what's Warner Brothers doing over there? I mean, they screwed up the Justice League bad enough, but how do they screw this up?
I mean, do they? It maybe the deal was something like, look, if I get an offer for more money, if I get an offer from this company, I can, supersede this offer of $10 million.
I got a feeling Disney probably paid him a lot more.
That I agree. I agree 100%.
They probably must have really loved him when they were doing season 1 of Loki, and they're like, Owen Wilson. Yep, here's $1 bajillion. Be in our movie instead.
I'm completely okay if we never get a Wedding Crashers 2.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when those sequels come about, they're just they never top the first one. Like
no,
the Dumb and Dumber sequels.
Oh, it's so bad.
Some of those other like just comedy sequels, we just don't need. Just stop at 1.
All right. The other story I wanted to get to, there is a new animated Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, if you remember back in the mid '90s, there was the humongous turd known as Super Mario Brothers.
It's an amazing film.
It was
How dare you?
Bob Hoskins.
Yep.
And then John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi. Well, now there's going to do this animated movie set to come out December of 2022. And yesterday, the cast got announced. And I'm guessing they're not going to go with the typical Mario really bad Italian accent on this?
Probably not, because Chris Pratt is going to be playing Mario in this new film. Now, the internet was big time mad because they didn't get at least an Italian guy to be playing Mario. But Anna Taylor-Joy will be playing Princess Peach. I love the casting of Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Charlie Day is going to be playing Luigi in the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Jack Black is going to be Bowser.
That's perfect.
Seth Rogen's going to be Donkey Kong. Apparently, Donkey Kong's going to be in this movie. I think this is incredible casting. Outside of Chris Pratt, I think they should have gone with more of an Italian guy for Mario.
I found this weird. Yeah, I agree. Because, I mean, the voice is kind of famous, kind of iconic a little bit with, from the video games. I don't know, though, man. I don't care about this in the slightest. No. I mean,
you don't want to see a Mario Brothers movie? An animated one?
I would rather have them attempt another live action.
What are you going to do? Watch a Ratatouille movie again?
I would do that, yeah. I'd rather have them attempt a live action one again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be, especially now, with CGI and the way they can do special effects now, I think if you get the right story, I think, to me, that's way more interesting than if I want to see an animated Mario Brothers, you know what I do? Play the game. I don't need to watch a movie.
Yeah, I think the movie's going to make them a lot of money, but I agree. The live-action Mario Brothers movie could be very cool, and rest in peace, the perfect person that would have been able to play Mario, James Gandolfini.
Oh.
Tony Soprano?
No,
Can you imagine
really?
Tony Soprano with a mustache playing Mario, Super Mario Brothers? Live-action movie? Bring it on.
All right, here's weird, I don't know, left-to-center casting for Mario. Give me, now I can't remember his name. Frank Reynolds from Always Sunny. Danny DeVito. Give me Danny DeVito as Mario.
That would be interesting.
I like his.
He's like 80 years old. He can't move around. He can't be jumping on like Goombas' heads and stuff.
So CGI is for anything's possible.
James Gandolfini, come on, man. I mean, he's dead, but like also bring him back to life to play Mario. Let's go.
All right, coming up next, Big Money Monday. Details on how you can score $50 of our boss's money. Stick around. Chili Peppers give it away. Rock 106.1.
Holly says at Jerry's, it was blue collar when I started, then Jerry bought it.
Oh, really? I don't know. Let's see what this is.
James Gandolfini fan who's telling me how great I am.
Rock 106.1, hello.
Hey, guys, if you're going to bring somebody back from the dead like that, I say bring him back like the original cartoon back in the day, Captain Lou. Bring that back.
Dude. Yes.
I don't even remember. What is Captain Lou?
Captain Lou Albano.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I love that.
Come on, you wouldn't want Tony. You wouldn't want Tony Soprano playing Mario, dude. It'd be so gritty and awesome.
You get the R-rated version.
James Gandolfini. Sorry, Mario. James Gandolfini's just shooting people,
having sex with Princess Peach.
Yeah, having panic attacks.
I could see him standing over Bowser and just bashing his head in with a baseball bat. I could see that.
It'd be incredible.
That'd be a great scene.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
Have a good one.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
See you.
Now, if you're going to do a gritty reboot, I'm 100% in on this James Gandolfini
No, I think
idea.
James Gandolfini would be a great Mario. He'd be the perfect follow-up to Bob Hoskins. Hoskins, yeah.
Hoskins, yeah. Who unfortunately passed away as well. R.I.P.
Come on, man. Sean says that's for sure R-rated if they do Danny DeVito. Right, yeah, we did see the Pedro Pascal. I actually showed the picture to Cotter here live on the live stream about The Last of Us. I'm guessing you're sharing something there?
I got a text from Wanda, and then she was like, shit, meant to send us the brie. Sorry.
Okay. Tommy Chong. Yeah, who would be a good Luigi in, real life?
I mean, if you're doing an R-rated reboot, yeah, give me Tommy Chong and just be a stoned-out Luigi.
Yeah. What else? Who else? I mean, who else would be the legitimate? Luigi is Luigi the older brother?
Nah, he's the younger.
Is he younger brother? Okay.
Isn't he? Yeah, well, I don't know. If you're basing it off of the original movie, which I don't know if you should base anything off of the original movie, he was definitely younger, but John Leguizamo.
Oh, no, Luigi is the younger brother. Though often hidden in his older brother Mario's shadow, Luigi is in reality very popular, taller than Mario. Luigi also jumps higher, although he didn't appear in Mario 64 or Mario Kart 64. He performed to the best of his ability. And it was actually in an instruction manual in the early 90s. He was finally stated as being the younger brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we talk about it here that Mario's first and last name is Mario? So it's Mario.
Yeah, I mean, we brought it up before.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember if we did or not. All right, just over a minute, guys.
Got a bunch more texts in for Big Money Monday. Ooh, Steve Buscemi as Luigi. I love that one, right? I love that. That would be awesome.
Interesting idea.
So for Marshall's Music News a little later on, we're going to talk about Guns N' Roses. They actually put out more information on a new EP they're putting out. So I'll share that information coming up somewhere in the middle of the 9 o'clock hour. We'll also talk about the Rebel Rock Festival getting canceled down in Orlando over this past weekend. And we'll talk Shinedown and another brush with COVID that they've had. So we'll share those stories coming up here inside the 9 o'clock hour today.
Cool. All right, guys, got about 15. Be right back. Coming up in just moments, your chance to score $50 of our boss's money with Big Money Monday. It's really simple.
I prematurely shut off the money gun. Sorry, guys.
It happens to the best
maybe
of us.
Maybe that's an omen that we're going to be giving away some money today.
I hope so. All you got to do is drop us a text right now, 800-394-1061. We just need your first name and one number, 1 through 9.
Yeah, and then we'll randomly choose one of you to roll for with this really fancy bingo machine that we have. And if your number is on the ball that drops, you will win $50 cash. Now, we do have a new rule to Big Money Monday, Cotter. Now, the rule is called Order 69. Can you please explain it?
It's really simple. If 69 is the number drawn, regardless of the number you pick, you win. But you don't win $50. You win $100.
$100, you say?
Of our boss's money.
This is very exciting news. So if you want in on the running to possibly be chosen to have the ball, the bingo machine, spun for you, and a ball to be dropped out, possibly winning up to $50, maybe $100, you need to text us right now, 1-800-394-1061 with that first name and number between 1 and 9.
Big Money Monday. It's next. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
All right, guys. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure to text in. And, boy, just got a bunch more. Holy crap, just got a ton more. When it comes to Big Money Monday. And I guess I accidentally touched the button.
That's okay.
$1,000 bills, no big deal. All right, so we're into commercials right now. We'll come back and we'll do our Big Money Monday drawing. And then we'll also talk about this Ohio State deal. Are we going to go Ohio State first, then Big Money?
Ohio first,
okay.
Yeah, we'll end on Big Money. Yeah, this is an interesting story, man. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. I mean, honestly. So we'll get to that. Also got some Aaron Jones coming up. Supercharged, latest song.
Where did that story go?
So Aaron Jones played the Louder Than Life Festival over the weekend, and I saw several people who were there post about his performance saying he is awesome live.
Oh, it's great.
So he's going to be at District Live in the coming months or so. So I'm excited about that. I think that could be very cool.
Let's see. Charles says, Jesus, what a busy morning. I'm kind of like the Army. I get more done by 9 a.m. than most people do all day. I don't doubt that at all, sir. What do you got going on after the show today, speaking of being busy and getting shit done like Charles?
After the show, obviously, got to talk to Kevin. Got to get some stuff done for work. Go home and nap since I got trivia, which is a little later than normal tonight, 8 to 10, over at Jerry's. So yeah, it's just catching up on some work stuff. There's a few things we're working on that I got to talk to Tim Janier to get an update on certain things.
Yeah, I've got, so yesterday I didn't get a chance to do much because I was hungover in many different ways.
Right.
But I bought one of those utility racks from Home Depot on Saturday. You know, those things like you kind of put up on the wall of your house.
Yeah.
And you hang your like shovels and it's just to get everything off the floor.
Yeah.
Hang everything on the wall.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those. So I'm going to install that today and clean up my garage a little bit.
We had one come with the house when we bought it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, so I gotta put that up, and I put everything I need for the job on top of my garbage can, and my garbage I put it out every Monday.
Right.
I put it there because I knew I'd have to move it.
Right.
So therefore I would install it.
Yeah, I get that.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I'll just get to this later. Nope, I put everything out.
You just be like, nah, I'll just move it off.
I got it all set up, man. So yeah, I got to do that, and of course, obviously, tons of work stuff. I got to record some stuff. Probably put some proposals together. Probably. Get a hold of some winners. Typical stuff. Do you want to go ahead and choose our person we're rolling for here now that we're coming into Big Money Monday?
Sure.
So we have a few minutes, too, before we jump into our break. I mentioned the top 10 comedies of the early 2000s. Actually, technically, 2000 to 2010. So all of the 2000s, the aughts. So if we're just going to go break down by the top 10, coming in at number 10, Zoolander.
I like Zoolander.
With Ben Stiller.
That's funny. I mean, it's not one I go back to frequently, but I mean, there are scenes especially that are good.
So I actually don't know if I've ever watched Zoolander all the way through.
I get that.
Yeah, it's not on purpose or anything. I just don't think I've ever seen it. Coming in at number 9, The Other Guys with Marky Mark, Michael Keaton, and Will Ferrell.
Never seen it.
So it's it's like kind of the cop buddy comedy type of thing. It was good, but it's surprising that it'd be even in the top 10. Number 8, the original Hangover.
Yes. Only 8?
From the 2000s,
Really?
yeah.
I mean, it's, to me, you can make an argument that it's one of the better comedies ever. To only be number 8, that's tough. Okay, now I'm curious. What's above it?
All right, so coming in at number 7, Superbad.
Once again, seems low.
Superbad's an incredible film.
I just rewatched it not that long ago. It was great.
Coming in at number 6, these are the top comedies of the 2000s. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, number 6.
It's good. I don't think I'd put it above either Superbad or Hangover.
We're obviously just talking about this movie a few minutes ago. Number 5, Wedding Crashers.
No, definitely not above. Yeah. I don't know. Don't like that one.
This one should be a top 3 for me. Step Brothers. I've seen Step Brothers 1,000 times, and it's never not funny.
Yeah.
That's coming in at number 4.
Okay.
All right, top 3 of the 2000s. The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That could be my number 1. I mean, that one is so good.
Number 2, Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder was so damn good.
I don't know if I could put it above some of the other ones, though. I don't know if it'd make my top 3. Definitely top 10.
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 10.
Yeah.
And coming in at number 1, maybe we just had an incredible decade of comedies. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
I don't think I could put it 1, man. To me, that movie is okay. So did I laugh hard during the movie? Yes. I would have to look back. Can I go back and watch these again and still enjoy them? I don't know if I get the same level of enjoyment rewatching Anchorman as I would some of the other movies.
So some honorable mentions from the 2000 to 2010 best comedies of all time. Just missing the cut. Pineapple Express.
Okay.
Knocked Up.
Okay.
Old School.
Oh, shoot. Old School's so good.
Talladega Nights.
I love that movie.
Dodgeball.
Oh, shit. Dodgeball's a top 10.
Blades of Glory. It wasn't that good.
It's okay.
Bruce Almighty, which is great.
Yeah, not top 10.
Get Him to the Greek, which was sneaky great.
I really like that.
And American Pie 2 actually snuck into this honorable mention list.
That one's tough. I don't know about that.
Once again, I think a series of movies that didn't need to happen after the first. But yeah, I don't love that list. I think The Hangover should be higher. I don't think Zoolander or The Other Guy should even make the top 10. But the rest of the movies that made the list, like Superbad at 7, Forgetting Sarah Marshall at 6, Wedding Crasher, Step Brothers, 40-Year-Old Virgin, those all, Tropic Thunder, those all get to make the top 10.
What was one of the ones? What was the honorable mentions? And we got like 10 seconds, so we got to get to this.
We'll get to it after the break.
All right, guys, be right back. Big Money Monday. It's your chance to win $50 of our boss's money. You still got time. You can text us your first name, a number 1 through 9. If we select you and the number you select is drawn, you score $50.
So once again, 1-800-394-1061. Text us right now. It's your very last chance. Your first name and a number between 1 and 9. Cotter is going to randomly choose someone right now from our text line, and we are going to spin for them. Now, you have a chance of winning $50 cash from us. But a new order was put in. It's called Order 69, guys. Nice. Now, here's what happens when this happens. If the 69 ball comes out, you get double the cash. You get $100 from our boss. So technically, you get 2 ways of winning here. If the ball's 69 or whatever number ball you choose, you can win some cash.
So you still got time if you want to drop us a text, first name and a number 1 through 9, because we'll get to that in a second. We got to talk about Ohio State, because a weird thing went down during the game on Saturday, and Ohio State has since come out and said, look, we have dismissed senior linebacker Kayvon Pope from the team. They booted him.
See, and he was a senior, too. I mean, it's not like he was a freshman. This was his first year. Yeah, this guy, Taraji Mitchell, I think is how you say his name. Is that how you say it?
Kayvon Pope.
Oh, sorry. I got that. Oh, that was his teammate. Sorry.
Yeah.
He got kicked off the team because I don't know. He just really didn't want to be there anymore. He tried to run out to the field. They booted him. He's like, actually, no, you're not supposed to be out there. Get back here. And then he just took his gloves and jersey off and threw him into the crowd, and he got essentially kicked off by the coaching staff on the sideline.
Yeah, they were like, okay, if you're going to be a D-bag about this, you can go back into the locker room. So he goes back into the locker room. While he is there, he tweeted out, F Ohio State.
Yikes. I mean, I feel that way normally, but to be a member of the team and say that, it's a little out of hand.
Now, he was supposed to be one of the main go-tos this season, but he just hasn't seen the time on the field that he was hoping for. So I'm guessing this is coming from a place of frustration.
100%. Also, not a great look when you're like, maybe I can get, maybe I could be drafted. Maybe I could just be an undrafted, free agent and still make it to the NFL. Quitting and then tweeting that out kind of ends your football career, right?
Yeah, nobody is touching this guy now. Now, he, like I said, been kicked off the team, but he will still have use of programs that benefit the student athletes. He will still support him toward graduation. He will remain on scholarship during the duration of the semester.
Wow.
So they're still, I mean, they're not booting him from the school, just booting him from the team.
Ohio State will literally let you get away with anything if you're a part of that football team. You could murder a guy and you could still be on the team.
It's just such a crazy story. But, yeah, Kayvon Pope no longer an Ohio State Buckeye, at least when it comes to the football team. All right, Marshall, you ready for Big Money Monday?
Let's go. Let's roll for someone. Who do we got today, Cotter?
All right, today we're going to roll for Liquid.
Oh, okay, Liquid, gotcha.
Liquid chose the number 3.
The number 3. All right, here we go, Liquid. Hopefully something good happens here for you. Once again, spinning Big Money Monday. Your chance to win $50 cash for our boss's money. Cotter.
Yes.
Today's number is...
Yes?
65.
Oh, so close. We almost went back-to-back 69s.
We almost did go back-to-back 69s, but we failed you, Liquid. We failed you once again. I guess next Monday, Cotter, we'll try to get a winner. I mean, we've been on such a streak of terribleness. I feel so bad for everyone.
I mean, are we a couple months?
Are we cursed?
I think so.
Are we cursed? We're almost at 2 months, I think, of not getting a winner. This is terrible.
All right, hopefully that's going to happen next week. We'll be back with Big Money Monday. All right, coming up next, some of Michael Jordan's clothing recently went to auction, including one very unique item.
It's touched his nether region.
That somebody actually purchased. We'll talk about that after 9 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Ooh, Wanda said, damn it, I had 5. Why didn't you choose Wanda, Cotter?
Because I suck at life.
Well, I'll just put this amazing money gun that I've purchased for $21 away that I've used twice.
And only once for a win. The second time, you just couldn't help yourself.
Yeah. I think we've actually only gotten like one winner since like mid-July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because, I mean, it's like the first time you used the money gun. And then I think, like I said, I think you used it the next time when we didn't get a winner. And then we haven't gotten one since.
I think I'm just going to start lying.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to show the ball off. And I'll just be like, yeah, I got it. 4. Awesome.
Putting some of this stuff in here. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We don't need that.
I'm going to be right back in
the
restroom. And actually, my thing doesn't work, so I'll be using this. All right, here we go.
All right, guys, getting into the final hour of the day. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. As always, we appreciate it. I'm sorry, I was looking for that comedy list. I was going to power rank my movies. Where is this list at? Because there was another one that he mentioned that wasn't on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what he said. We'll get to that in a second. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for hanging out. We're going to talk Michael Jordan. Some unique items went up for auction. We'll also talk about some of the weirdest pieces of sports memorabilia. Then we'll get to Marshall's Music News. Going to talk Guns N' Roses. They did drop a song and it's called Hard School, and we're going to give it the Low Country Coastal Empire premiere coming up with Marshall's Music News as well. So, yes, new Guns N' Roses will be coming up during the 9 o'clock hour today. Once again, Marshall is out Friday, so there won't be a show. I'll be working, just not on air. No show on Friday. Next week, we got a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm taking Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday off. So I'll have no show Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Also no show Wednesday of the following week, once getting into October, because I don't get back until like midnight on Tuesday. So instead of trying to come in and do a show after 3 hours, we're just going to not do a show. So there will be some time off here for the next couple weeks as we kind of finish out some of our vacation days before some of the holiday stuff. See you later, Sean. Thank you for hanging out. All right. We'll have Kevin Martin from Candlebox on the show tomorrow. We're going to talk to him this morning at 10:30. If anybody has a question you'd like us to ask Kevin Martin at Candlebox, hit us up. Drop it in there. Sorry, guys. Just taking care of some stuff. All right, here we go. So, yeah, we're going to go a few weeks without doing a beer for breakfast, which is really weird. Eventually, we'll have that back early October, since that falls in on Friday. So that'll be back early October. Can't wait for that. Always up for having a beer in the studio. Coming up sometime in December, which is a ways off, we'll have a stream-only Christmas special. I talked about doing that for a while now. There's the beginning, when we first started doing the show, Marshall read questions, asked the internet as a way to kill some time during the breaks. And there were some he just didn't feel comfortable asking. So we're going to come in, stream-only, have a few beverages, and then ask some of those unanswerable or unaskable questions and just see how things get weird. It'll be fun. All right, coming out of commercials, got some Pearl Jam. Also going to get the Linkin Park, Bad Wolves coming up in a bit as well. And then we'll get into this story about Michael Jordan and bizarre sports memorabilia. Talk about that when Marshall gets back in. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's fine. All right. All right. All right, minutes away from the top of the hour. Get to Marshall's Music News again. So, Marshall, Jack White played his first show in over 2 years.
Where at?
On a balcony at a London apartment. At a London record store. It was a surprise concert at Third Man Records' new London record store.
I didn't know they had one over there.
Saturday night, just opened, marking his first full-length public gig in over 2 years. He initially played a 7-song set in the basement of the store before moving to a nearby balcony Drove through another 5 songs. Set list included stuff from the White Stripes, Dead Weather, and his solo albums.
Jack White does one of the best live shows I've ever seen. I highly recommend going seeing him.
I got to see him with the Raconteurs at ACL. So good. It was. You could just tell they were having fun. I don't know who the other main guy is in the Raconteurs. I don't know what he's done. What else his history is when it comes to bands and stuff. But they just looked like they were having a blast. It was so much fun to see.
Yeah, I highly recommend anyone go see Jack White. Just his solo stuff is pretty fantastic as well. So,
and he was playing the hits, man. He played Icky Thump, Seven Nation Army, played Steady as You Go, 16 Saltines, Lazaretto. So it wasn't like he was playing just a bunch of weird stuff. Prior to closing the rooftop portion of the gig with Seven Nation Army, White dedicated his performance of the White Stripes. We are going to be friends to all the neighbors we're upsetting right now. All right, that was pretty good. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I wish he announces a tour soon. I would love to go see Jack White again. He's like one of those guys on the list that if he's anywhere drivable and on a night that works, I definitely want to go see him 100% of the time.
Yeah, he's good.
So after a weekend like I had with my sports teams, being a Chicago Bears fan, with my Final Fantasy football teams, if I could have just one good sports thing happen to me, I would like for it to happen today. I would like for the Chicago Bears to fire Matt Nagy. And I know what you're saying. That's never going to happen. He's the coach of the future. Marshall, he's so good. Offensively, he's a genius. And that's why we had one net passing yard yesterday. I just really want that to happen. And if that could happen, that would be so cool.
How long has he been with the team?
This is his 4th year, the beginning of his 4th year. So he's been with the team 3 years. They've made the playoffs 3 times. The first year, he was 12-4.
Okay.
All right. Won the NFC North. We're like, wow, this guy is a genius. Things went really well.
Right.
Second year, we were 8-8. Somehow, we missed the playoffs that year.
Right.
Last year, we were 8-8, and we made the playoffs somehow.
Right.
So he's made the playoffs 2 out of 3 years. But after yesterday's performance, I just don't see how the entire team doesn't ask for a trade. It was that bad.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Phil, you're almost right, I think, there. So Phil says, I saw a stat yesterday that said Justin Tucker's kick was more yards than the entire Bears offense. I think the Bears had 68 yards total.
Yeah, that's rough.
But either way, yeah, it was brutal. What's more brutal, watching that Chicago Bears game yesterday, or like the Ravens win over the Lions with the longest, or the Packers winning with 37 seconds left?
I mean, maybe it's the homer pick, but it's got to be the Bears. You have 1 passing yard. I mean, that's just
kind of the worst thing, right?
It's just horrible.
Yeah,
it's just horrible.
So I didn't get a chance to watch Sunday Night Football because I'm old and went to bed like at 9 o'clock or whatever. But apparently Devontae Adams, the wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, who is just a beast. He's incredible. He was knocked out cold yesterday on the field, and he was allowed to come back into the game.
What? Yeah. Isn't there protocol for concussions?
You would think so, but yeah. According to the story that I'm reading, he was knocked out cold during the game and was allowed to come back in.
That's shocking.
Yeah, to say the least.
All right, we've got about 6 minutes. I'm going to talk Michael Jordan. Some clothing went up for auction, including a piece that's been, close to the giblets. Marshall's Music News comes up. We've got brand new Guns N' Roses.
Devontae Adams said he's just built different. That's why he was allowed back into the game.
Built different. Damn. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of shocking.
Phil says, LOL, I texted my friend, rest in peace, after Devontae Adams got hit. And then, like the next minute, he was back. Yeah, that was brutal. Brutal.
Oh, sorry, guys. All right.
Yeah, after the show today, too, I'm going to mess with getting these all set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just empty this one.
Right.
So that's the fart spray. Speaking of that, this one is very clear.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, that one's clear.
This one's very clear. But both of these are just kind of slightly cloudy.
Now, you would think the cloudy, murky ones are more, all natural, maybe?
Right. Well, or maybe, yeah, just a little. Here, do you want me to spray them in your face?
No,
Tell me which one's worse?
No.
Sure?
No, I'll wait until Torture Tuesday.
Okay. But yeah, I'm going to empty out that one, and I'm going to pour liquid ass into that kind of used bottle.
You dumping that out, it's just going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in Tim's office, just in case I spill any.
Solid idea.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we do need to buy a little wheel. So we'll have that on the third camera that day.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys, got about 4 minutes. Excuse me.
Ooh, wheels are kind of pricey. You give me money on the wheel.
That's fine.
A 12-inch dry erase party prize wheel economy. I don't think that's going to work.
Been ordering all kinds of stuff off Amazon. It's fine. Had to get a cover for my grill. Then I had to buy ink. What else? I've been buying mad stuff off Amazon. Let me know.
I bought some off-brand stuff from off-brand print ink from Amazon.
Right.
Not good. It was cheap, but it was not good.
Yeah, I was looking into that because we recently bought a bigger printer for the trivia stuff. And I went to Amazon to look for ink, and it was like, oh, you can get this stuff for $30. I'm like, that seems shady because it's a Brother printer. The Brother ink is $75.
Yep.
I went, you know what? I'm going to spend the money and just go with the Brother ink, not risk it.
Yeah, I got this $30 ink when usually it's much more.
Yeah.
Definitely not the same. It's like a lot lighter, doesn't print as well. It's kind of gummy looking.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to risk it.
It was a smart move.
I got about 2.5 minutes. I had somebody, I don't know, I still get random friend requests, and I go back and I'm looking at pictures. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. And then I see they're friends with everybody I went to high school with. And I'm like, I still don't know who this person is. I got one of those recently. Yeah, still don't know who she is.
You don't have to be friends with her.
Oh, I'm not going to. But it's just I just find it weird. All right, got about 90 seconds.
Murders targeting sex workers in St. Louis are under investigation by the police. Who is murdering our sex workers? How dare you? Police in St. Louis said a recent spat of murders targeting sex workers could have been carried out by the same person. The bodies of a woman, a teenage girl, and a man were discovered over the past 2 weeks. Pam Apkarambi, 49, was found dead September 16th in North St. Louis. Marnie Haynes, 16, was found shot to death in St. Louis County September 13th. And Casey Ross, 24, was fatally shot Sunday in a vacant lot. Sex workers have been targeted, either been shot or shot at by unknown suspects.
That's not cool.
What is who's the Ripper guy? Jack the Ripper? Yeah, Jack the Ripper. Same guy. The Jack the Ripper, just St. Louis version.
Might not necessarily be the same guy. Same.
He's still alive. He's just back in St. Louis.
All right, guys. Under 20. We'll be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. So this past Saturday, Leland's auction had some Michael Jordan worn clothing on the auction block. Now, the company was given the clothing by Jordan's bodyguard. The items included coats, suits, dress shirts, and ties. However, there was one article of clothing that I think really stood out among everything.
Yeah, it was a pair of boxer shorts. They're grayish in color. And Cotter, they sold for a whole bunch of money.
Almost $3,000.
Yeah.
19 people bid on Michael Jordan worn boxers. And the one thing that really, I don't know how to take, was this quote. They have evidence of definite usage.
What does that mean? Is there a stain or something?
Did Michael Jordan not wipe?
And also, what freak is buying these? I can only imagine what they're going to do with them. I mean, immediately, I think they're going to turn them inside out and rub them on their face. Right?
I mean, do you frame those and hang them up? I mean, it's a conversation piece.
Yeah. I mean, who would frame a pair of boxer shorts, put them on the wall? I don't know. Maybe this person. I think that's a great idea.
I mean, we've talked about this before. It's like, yeah, I'm a fan of certain things, and I would love, maybe bits and pieces of memorabilia, but I am not a big enough fan of absolutely anybody to want their underwear.
I mean, would you inspect to see if there's skid marks in there?
It says there's evidence of definite usage.
That doesn't mean skid marks. Maybe there's just some stains of, maybe he dribbled a little bit when he was peeing. And there were some, little stain marks from that.
Could you take his DNA and, make your own Michael Jordan?
I don't recommend it. I don't feel like that would turn out very well. But just saying, I mean, there's some things that are wrong with people. And whoever spent $3,000 on Michael Jordan's underwear, there's something wrong with them.
And a total of 19 bids were placed on this. So multiple people were into this item.
What was the starting bid?
That's a good question. I mean, you have to be like, we'll pay you $10. Just take these. We don't want them.
Take these. It's cooler than his dress shirts and his coats, I would think.
It's more memorable than a tie.
Right.
I'll give you that.
I would definitely, if I won them, I would frame them. I think that's the only, I put a nice little gold plaque on the frame, Michael Jordan's undies, I would, the GOAT's undies. I would throw something up like that. Yeah, why not?
All right. So there is a long line of weird sports memorabilia. So we're going to run some of those down coming up, inspired by somebody spending almost $3,000 on Michael Jordan's underwear. Got that list coming up next. Here's Chevelle. It's Mars Simula, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
My Stream Deck's having a fit today because it just randomly shot to a single shot of you during that.
This whole thing's been weird.
Yeah, I think we need to, it was all shut down over the weekend. I guess we should just shut it down again.
Reminds me of Sheriff Grady Judd's soiled underwear press conference from Rhett. I don't know what that means.
Tell us more, Rhett.
I'm intrigued, oddly enough. All right, so we got about 3.5 minutes. We'll talk to some of these other weird sports memorabilia items, and then we'll get into Marshall's music news. You're good, man. Resetting the computer. Been a weird day. Weird day for computers in the office and studio.
All right, I just, yep. Okay, it looks like it's back now. I just had to, give the Stream Deck a little plug and unplug. Let's see. This is working. Yep. There we go. All right. I think it's working just fine now.
Good.
Charles says, I can see the plaque for those undies. Jordan's Junk Jockeys.
I like that.
Yeah, $3,000 seems like quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, do you put them on? First thing you do, throw them on?
You got to try them on.
Right?
I mean, what else? I mean, you spend $3,000 on them, so you might as well get some enjoyment out of the mere seconds that you'll have with them.
Right.
But yeah, you'd probably try them on and then frame them.
Yeah.
Put them up in the office. I think that's kind of what you do with those.
Okay.
Brett says Sheriff Grady Judd is a sheriff in Florida. He's an outspoken sheriff that puts on crazy press conferences. There are a few YouTube videos of his best press conferences.
Okay.
What a name, Grady Judd.
All right, under 2 minutes. Yeah, I figured we could just kind of go back and forth and read some of these.
I mean, Sheriff Grady Judd is no Sheriff Joe Arpaio, but
is he the guy?
He's the guy from Arizona
with pink prisons. Yeah, okay.
We did. So I worked for a Las Vegas news talk station for a little while, and we actually had Sheriff Joe Arpaio come in. For a talk at a local country western bar, and it was heavily attended.
Really?
I was kind of surprised.
Wow. Okay.
I was at his peak of popularity, and then it turns out he was a terrible person and abused people, and he was arrested and put in jail until he was exonerated by President Trump.
All right, under a minute.
When we go have a little bit of time, I'm going to share a story about how a SpaceX tourist flight had an alarm go off.
Oh.
It includes a toilet.
How scary would that be? You're on a ship that, never done this before. Mm-hmm. And then you start hearing alarms.
You just want to go back and forth on this one?
Yeah, I think so. All right, guys, be right back. So somebody recently bought a pair of Michael Jordan's boxer shorts with evidence of definite usage for almost $3,000 at an auction. And you're thinking that's got to be some of the weirdest sports memorabilia out there. And it is weird. But man, there is so much weird stuff people will spend money on. And this one I just found funny for several reasons. Andre Agassi,
right,
one of the biggest tennis players of the 90s, known for his bright colors, the mullet.
Oh, the hair was incredible.
The mullet that he sported. Now, this is something I didn't know. The mullet, I mean, maybe at one point it was real, but it got to the point where, because he's bald. I mean, cue ball now.
Well, now he is, yeah.
But he wore a wig when he was playing tennis.
Really?
That's according to this story, because somebody bought his ponytail from the mullet for like $10,000. So he can display it in an official all-star cafe. But they're saying the hair wasn't actually Agassi's, but part of a wig he wore to cover up his hair loss while he was rising to the top of the tennis world.
I mean, he did wear a headband, right? I guess that kind of kept the wig on, maybe.
It's like Hulk Hogan wearing the do-rag, keeping the wig attached to his head. I had no idea that was at least partial wig.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I mean, once again, we're talking about like crazy memorabilia, sports memorabilia stories. Obviously, Michael Jordan, he had a pair of underwear sold for $3,000, just ridiculous. I found this one, Cotter, and I thought it was kind of crazy. So a fan bought an old urinal from the Silver Dome, which is the stadium that was in Detroit. Now, he bought it for $23.
Good deal.
In 2014, an old urinal. He then took the urinal to a local mall to have Barry Sanders, one of the best running backs in NFL history, autograph it. Well, Barry, I don't know why, just decided, yeah, sure, why not? He signed it. This guy wound up selling that urinal for $3,000. Talk about return on investment right here. He went from $23 and probably an hour or two out of his way to get an autograph and sold that thing for $3,000.
I just want to see him walking through the mall looking for Barry Sanders to sign this, and he's just carrying a toilet with him.
Yeah. What do you, like, sling it over your shoulder?
I don't know. What do you do?
Those things are heavy. I mean,
right?
You think he'd, like, cart it in or something.
He must have a
Good
cart.
for this guy.
All right, so this whole thing started, weird sports memorabilia from an auction about Michael Jordan's underwear. Somebody spent almost $3,000. But what about this? Nolan Ryan, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. He set the Major League Baseball record with 7 no-hitters. Well, the jockstrap he wore during that game was purchased for $25,000.
Really? The boys holder?
Dude, how, let's just say musty, is that?
Actually, how many years did they sell it after this happened?
That's a good question. Just say one fan and collector. However, it doesn't say. So there's no word whether it was washed.
Right.
Whether it was full on.
If it was washed, I wouldn't want it.
I mean, you kind of, right? I know it sounds weird.
I'd want the perspiration, the anxiety, the mustiness of that to still be intact as a part of sports memorabilia. It's like getting a game-worn jersey and they washed it 3 times before they gave it to you. Like, no, I want the dirt and the blood and the grass stains and the sweat. I want it all locked into that jersey. But
I want Nolan Ryan junk sweat.
Oddly enough, not the first time Cotter said that. All right, one more, Cotter. Let's share.
All right.
You're a big wrestling fan. You like the WWE. Well, back in 2013, the WWE teamed up with Topps Sports Goods. Sports Cards. And they did a best of WWE series where they didn't do like in-ring action. They just did like photo shoots. Now, a wrestler, AJ Lee, she actually did a photo shoot where she ripped a head off of a teddy bear and was kind of like just holding it up as like a prize,
right?
Like an animal trophy there. Well, for some reason, that card is pretty rare-ish, and that thing goes for $80 to $100 a piece.
What?
Yeah, $80 to $100 a piece if you could find this card. Now, this isn't like a game-worn thing or a urinal torn off the wall. This is just some random card in a pack of cards. The rest of them worth nothing, but apparently AJ Lee's card is worth up to $120 with her and a teddy bear.
Maybe just because WWE didn't like it and kind of put the kibosh on it, so only a few got out.
I don't know.
That's weird. You know who she's married to, right?
CM Punk.
There you go. There. All right, coming up next, going to get to Marshall's music news, which will include the Low Country Coastal Empire premiere of New Guns N' Roses. Coming up next, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Are you playing Hard School?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Morning, Liquid. Yep, sorry we didn't do you right when it came to the money. Don't worry, we haven't done anyone right in a long time.
Ah, Jesus.
Hold on, let's see if we're just choose a number.
We'll go 7.
42.
All right.
21.
I was just, okay. 4.
Come on. 1. Maybe it's me. At some point, it's just got to be
9,
me, right?
9.
12.
God dang it! And I was gonna say 1 and 2 the last 3 rolls. 1.
Hold on. We're seeing if we're broken. 25.
Oh, A-Dub's at 5. A-Dub's winning his own money.
Good Lord, hold on. Now it's my turn. 6. 30. Damn it. All right, how about this? Next week, we're breaking the curse. You're spinning the wheel.
Oh.
I'm choosing someone.
Mixing it
You're
up.
spinning the wheel.
All right.
Yeah, we got to get out of this funk, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't got the yips or anything yet, but I mean, it's getting bad. It's getting real freaking bad. Yeah, next week's a complete flip. You're going. You're rolling the wheel. If we don't get a winner next week, I may break the wheel. I'll buy another one. I don't give a shit. $16. I got $16. Not much more, but I got $16.
All right, so got some commercials. Going to get into some Soundgarden, and then story number one, Marshall's Music News.
Yeah, got stories on Guns N' Roses. We'll go Guns N' Roses, Rebel Rock, and wrap up with Shinedown.
Like it. Ooh, all right, guys. A while back, we had Kevin from Service Brewing in for beer for breakfast. He brought in the Messenger of the Sea, one of those beers.
I saw that's actually available in Habersham. I saw it over the weekend.
Now available. There you go.
Yeah, I saw it on the shelf and almost bought it.
It's really good, guys. It's a limited release, one of three. Double dry hop, double IPA, 8%. That's solid. So there you go. Good beer.
So back to the SpaceX story I brought up earlier. So once again, the headline, an alarm went off on SpaceX's all-tourist space flight. So Jared Isaacman and his three fellow crewmates were free-flying through Earth's orbit, shielded from the unforgiving vacuum of space by nothing but a 13-foot wide carbon fiber capsule, and an alarm started blaring. The SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft systems were warning the crew of a significant issue. They spent months poring over SpaceX's manuals and training to respond to in-space emergencies, leaped into action. So their training affected them. The problem, Cotter, was the onboard toilet. Nothing in space is easy, including going to the bathroom, apparently. So in a healthy human on Earth, making sure everything ends up in the toilet is usually a matter of simple aim. But in space, there is no feeling of gravity. There's no guarantee that what comes out will go where it's supposed to. Apparently, there was an issue with that, their waste management system, their toilet.
Right.
And they had an onboard alarm go off. I mean, when you're in a spacecraft, if you have any issues, there has to be an alarm that goes off.
You would think. All kinds of alarms.
Yeah, there's an alarm for everything.
I mean, do you just go into like a vacuum kind of thing that just sucks everything down so you don't have to worry about the no gravity thing? I mean, can you imagine if you got to go number two? Say you had some burritos before you hopped on flight.
Ooh.
And it's a little runny. Zero gravity? That ain't gonna work well.
Yeah, that'd be a rough go. It would definitely be a rough go. All right, everyone who's still on the live stream, thanks for hanging out. Remember, we're gonna have Kevin Martin from Candlebox joining us tomorrow. Lead singer of the band. Going to be talking to him actually earlier today. We're going to play back that audio for you guys tomorrow. But excited to get him on the phone. We're doing a traditional old school phone call.
It's weird. What's that?
I know.
All right, couple minutes or 20-ish seconds out from Soundgarden Spoon Man. Then after that, story number one, Marshall's Music News.
So Mac is out tomorrow, so I'll be looking for a guest to join us for Chicks on Dudes tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
We talked about having, see if Lauren will be able to come in, but I'm going to see if we can get maybe a new voice to join us tomorrow.
Okay.
If anything, I'll make Stacy come in.
There you go. All right, we're into some Soundgarden Spoon Man. Coming up next, story one, Marshall's Music News, Coastal Empire, Low Country premiere of new Guns N' Roses.
So the movie schedules, pretty much this past weekend was like the last weekend where we really didn't have like a really kind of bigger scale movie come out. But movies from now until the end of the year are ridiculous. Like you have a reason to go to the movie theater damn near every weekend.
Okay.
So this coming weekend, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and The Many Saints of New York, The Sopranos prequel come out, right? So there's two movies that you can definitely go see this weekend. The weekend after that, No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie.
Oh, right.
The weekend after that, Halloween Kills. The weekend after that, Dune, which is big popular movie. It's made a crap ton of money. The weekend after that, Last Night in Soho. It's the new Edgar Wright film. He did Baby, and he did Scott Pilgrim and all that stuff. He has a new film coming out. Also, Army of Thieves, which is kind of like the semi-prequel sequel to the Army of the Dead movie. It's about some of the characters in that film.
Oh, okay.
They're doing that. November 5th, The Eternals.
Okay.
November 12th, which is Red Notice, which is Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Gal Gadot. That's that Netflix movie.
Yeah.
November 19th, huge film. You ever heard of it? Ghostbusters.
So
Afterlife.
excited for that one.
Also, there's King Richard. I've seen some stuff on that. November 26th, the Hawkeye TV show. This is Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
Obviously, that's Thanksgiving. December 10th, West Side Story, the Steven Spielberg movie that's gotten a lot of buzz.
Yeah, I heard that's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, December 17th, Spider-Man No Way Home. December 22nd, The Matrix Resurrections.
Jesus.
And The King's Man. The day before Christmas, December 24th, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, their first film in many years. They haven't done anything in quite some time, called Don't Look Up. It's a Netflix film. And that's just through the end of the year.
Dang.
So that damn near every single week, there's going to be something new to kind of check out.
That's cool.
Having Netflix and HBO Max, and of course, going to the movie theater, you're going to have loads of stuff to watch every single damn weekend.
All right, just over a minute, guys.
Cuckoo. So I think I'm finally starting to come out from my my funk from Saturday.
That's good.
So I got the booster shot. I got the cocoa booster shot on Saturday. I felt like I was hungover all day yesterday and like most of the morning. I feel like I'm coming out of it a little bit, guys.
Charles brought up a good idea. Bring Tony Tuggs to fill in for Mac.
That would be interesting.
I don't think I've referred to her as Tony Tuggs. She'll kick my ass.
Yeah, probably not say that out loud, in her presence especially.
Yeah, she'll beat me.
Oh, she'll have something in common with your wife.
All right, guys. Got just under 20. We'll be right back. Let's dive into some Marshall's music news. Your story, number one.
So over the weekend, it was announced Guns N' Roses will release a new 4-song EP entitled Hard School. Now, this will come out officially on February 25th of next year and will be exclusive to the Guns N' Roses official online store. Now, it contains 2 new songs the band has released over the last 2 months, Absurd and also Hard School. Now, they're going to add in 2 live renditions of Don't Cry and You're Crazy, and this is currently up for pre-order on the Guns N' Roses website. But once again, this is going to be exclusive to the Guns N' Roses official online store. So if you want to buy the new Guns N' Roses 4-song EP to add it to the collection, you got to get it through there. Now, apparently they've been working on a new studio album for quite some time now, so I don't really know why they're putting out a 4-song EP and then like waiting till February to do it when they've kind of already released these 2 songs just like within the last 4 weeks. So I don't know, maybe that's like that. Was that like just the old school, like old man Guns N' Roses mentality? Like
maybe
we could wait 6 months to release something that we've already kind of released. I don't get it, but I just would love to get my hands on a new album from these guys. So Guns N' Roses, put it together. Let's go. But I think we have the new Hard School song right here, don't we, Cotter?
We do. Low Country Coastal Empire premiere, Guns N' Roses. It's Hard School. Rock 1061. All right.
I think I like Hard School better than Absurd.
Agreed. 100%. Now, both of these are, so here's my take or guess as to why they're doing EP. I don't know why they're waiting until February, but both of this song and Absurd were older songs, right? It wasn't like stuff they crafted in the past 2 months.
Right. So these songs were done during the Chinese Democracy recording. So Slash and Duff had nothing to do with them.
Right.
So Axl was like, hey, look at these. They reworked some of it. They changed the lyrics on some of it, but it was essentially kind of those songs.
Yeah. So that's my take on as to why it's an EP. They didn't plan on, a new album. They want, 100% new stuff, new songs. But yeah, why wait until February? That makes no sense.
I mean, I would hope they would put out. They got to be done with a new album. I mean, they've been back together for years now. Like, it just didn't happen overnight. They've been back together for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it will be interesting because, I mean, if they're not going to release the EP until February, it's not like they're going to come by right around and a month later release an album, right?
You don't think so?
I don't know.
But if their big plan is to, they don't really have to do any new music. They're at a point where they don't have to do any of that.
No, and it's like, I got no issue, with bands releasing stuff like that. But I don't necessarily need to hear the new stuff. I mean, Green Day on the Hella Mega Tour didn't play one new song. And they just released Father of All. They played nothing off of that record.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was all just like, you want the hits? Yeah, I got the hits. And I mean, they busted out I expected at least Hey Yeah or, a couple of those songs. None of it.
That's kind of surprising.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of like that with Guns N' Roses. You got enough? I don't need to hear the new stuff. Give me Paradise City.
Don't Cry, November Rain.
Little Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Mr. Brownstone. All right, guys. If you have anything to help kick off your week when it comes to the Magic 8-Ball, hashtag Ask the 8-Ball, I feel like we should get a couple questions in before the end of the show today. So feel free, hashtag Ask the 8-Ball. Ask us any of these questions that you may be, on your mind. Let me kick it off. Will I actually put up that utility rack in my garage or just move it over to my workbench? Ask again later. Oh.
All right, guys, 20-ish seconds. We'll be right back. Just heard some Hard School, Guns N' Roses, some new stuff, Coastal Empire and Low Country premiere. All right, let's do it. Story number 2, Marshall's Music News.
So over the weekend, another rock festival tragedy. Yes, the Rebel Rock Festival down in Orlando was canceled after its opening night. Now, they were doing like kind of a 3.5-day type of thing. Yeah. Thursday night, they were doing like a party only. POD played it. They also had like a taco party as well. Things were just going really great, and they were having a good time. Now, that was held in a small area on site where the festival is happening. Now, the next day when they got up and they were getting everything ready for the opening of the gates, and I'm talking like just mere hours before the gates opened, the people at the Rebel Rock Festival put out a press release on social media saying, "We are deeply and utterly devastated to announce the cancellation of this weekend's Rebel Rock Festival, once again down in Orlando. Machine Gun Kelly, let's see, who else? Five Finger Death Punch, the Legends of Wu-Tang, The Used, Rise Against. They were all supposed to be playing this coming weekend down in Orlando, but just hours before, kind of like what happened with Bonnaroo, they deemed the grounds of the festival unsafe, and they shut it all down.
I mean, did it rain overnight? Was there rain ahead of time? This feels like something they knew was coming prior to the morning of.
Yeah, so according to this, the B main grounds, while continuing to work on the conditions of the main ground stage, the amount of water that dropped that week simply proved to be too much. Now, we obviously got a ton of rain here in the southeast. I mean, we got what, like a record of 27 inches or whatever it was, a ridiculous amount, but apparently all that rain that hit the southeast completely messed this up. And yeah, Rebel Rock, just hours before the first major day of the show, got canceled. Bad news bears.
But did they have an obligation to give everybody the heads up early? Because obviously they knew this was an issue. Should they have a couple days out said, look, guys, we're checking into weather conditions. This thing may not happen, or they're just like, man, we got to risk it and not say anything?
I think you just kind of risk it, because at that point, people may not come. People may ask for refunds, but they are refunding everyone. They just at this point don't really know how to do that. So people have to wait on information on refunds for this show. So yikes.
That's rough. All right, coming up next, one more story before we wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061. Yeah, that's rough, man. That you make the drive, you got everything set, you get down there, and they're like, yeah, by the way, nah.
All right, guys, one more story, and then we'll release you into the wilds of your real life. Coming up tomorrow on the show, obviously, we have Chicks on Dudes. Cotter will quiz me in the face as well.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas. I haven't written an official quiz yet. I'll probably do that tonight, but I definitely have a few ideas.
Yeah, so I have 3 games written. 2 of them are kind of the same. So I think I'll use one this week, and then I'll write a. You're actually gone on the 9th, aren't you?
Is that the Thursday?
Yes,
I am.
Okay, so I won't have to do that, and then kind of. Yep, I may have like the rest of the month outside of 1 week done for October.
For October, so we're here. You're out this Friday, which is the 1st.
So I'm out October 1st, going to Chicago for a wedding.
We're in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. I'm out, so no show the 7th and 8th, that Thursday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also out Monday, Tuesday, so no show those days. And I don't get back until midnight on Tuesday, Wednesday, so we're not going to have a show on the 13th. Sorry, guys. We'll be back the 14th and 15th.
The good news is we'll be doing some special editions of some bits that we get to on Friday. I'm going to see if Hodge will join us for a beer for breakfast on the 6th.
Okay.
His event is coming up on the 8th, I believe. He's doing an Oktoberfesty type of thing, I think.
I like it. All sounds good to me. I got a couple minutes commercials, then we'll get into Pretty Reckless. Only love can save me now. Work on some Kevin Martin questions, and then get ready for that phone call. He calling into us, I'm guessing?
Yeah, Kevin's going to call into to us.
Okay.
And it's going to be at 10:30, I believe.
Perfect.
You just go back to that email. It's somewhere. There it is. Yeah, 10:30 today. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Charles, shit, October's Friday.
I know.
Yeah, September went real quick. It's my wife's birthday this Thursday.
Okay.
But I host bingo on Thursdays,
no.
so I haven't brought up to her on whether I'm going to do that or not.
Yeah.
Kind of want to host bingo just for the cash, and I'll be in Chicago.
I get it.
Spending probably too much cash.
Mm-hmm. My oldest turns 21 on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So there's that.
You gonna send him a bottle of booze?
We talked about it. He doesn't. He'll drink wine. Doesn't really drink beer. Or I shouldn't say doesn't drink beer. So there's actually a really kick-ass bottle shop in Kent called 100 Bottles. And they have a pretty decent wine selection, too. So I was going to reach out to them and see if they do gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
And just get them that. Because, it's a solid bottle shop with a solid bar with all kinds of great choices to draft. So whenever I go to Kent, I always swing by there because it's good. So, cool.
Yeah, after this show, I'm going to prepare everything we need for Kevin and get all these bottles done. And then I'm going to try to talk to Aaron. He wants me to talk to him real quick. And then after that, I'm just going to get everything going.
Cool.
Now, I think we got the heads up that we're going to be moving studios. Isn't that right?
I think we did finally get the okay for that. I don't have a timeline because there's something else that's, I think, taking precedent, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a timeline, but I do believe we will officially get to move, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. All right, we got about 5 minutes.
Get a new studio for Tim to screw up, guys.
Well, he'll get to put together this one by scratch.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
So here's the deal. I've always, I've always said, it's hard for me to blame Tim on all of this stuff just because of the setup and he wasn't involved in the process of getting everything going.
Mm-hmm.
If this F's up, it's all Tim. It's all Tim. So FYI.
So we need to come up with some ideas to mess with Tim.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% think that's fair.
Need you to start gathering all the cat piss in your house.
Can you train a cat to piss in a place where you can get it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can.
We'll figure it out. All right. 4 minutes, guys. Final break of the show.
So usually outside of this engineered door, people will go out here and smoke, our coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, I have to prime these pumps because they've been sitting in some factory for a while. So I actually have to I have to squirt a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm literally going to
do it right there.
Put my hand out the door and squirt. Yeah. And if they're sitting there, that's not my fault, right? Just to clear that up. Is that my fault or not my fault?
No, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
This is for the show.
Yeah.
This is to benefit this company in an odd way.
All right. So just to clear it up, you said squirting fart spray out that door's fine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think we'd all agree.
It's on camera.
Rather outside than in the building.
True. Better out than in. That's what they say.
100%.
So I know it's kind of early in the morning still, but Matt Nagy's still the coach of the Chicago Bears. So once again, if the Bears could fire him today, that would be...
Give it time. It'll eventually happen years from now.
Now, once again, as they say, you never talk about another man's job. You never wish that stuff upon anyone. I will in this case.
Is there somebody out there that you would like to see as head coach?
A small child. A 10-year-old.
Sure.
A 10-year-old could literally throw darts at a play sheet and do better than the Chicago Bears.
All right.
The Chicago Bears were like, hey, how about we run on first down every time? Yeah, they'll never catch on to that. It was bad. It was actually at the press conference from Matt Nagy yesterday. He goes, it was so bad, it was unbelievable. Like, no, it was very believable. You did this. You called all the plays.
So by holding a press conference and saying it was so bad, it's unbelievable. I mean, to me, that's like, I don't know what to do, guys. I got nothing. I'm drawing a blank.
We just got a quick email, Cotter. You're going to like this. They have offered you an opportunity to interview the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
I like this.
I think you should go solo on this one. I won't be much help, but you should go solo on this one and gather that for us. That's a YouTube exclusive.
That could be a lot of fun. Obviously last year I didn't go, but I had gone to like the previous 3 or 4 WrestleManias, or the last 2 I didn't go to. In New Orleans, we actually did the Fan Fest, which we had never done before.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of lines you can stand in line for and get autographs of stars. Obviously, some of them longer than others. Some of them pay money for. Well, we stood in line 45 minutes for the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Wow, so long for.
We didn't know. Well, the line looked short. It just took a ridiculous amount of time.
He's an old man. He spends a lot of time with each person.
Dude, so cool. I mean, so nice. I mean, it was just awesome. It was a very, very, very nice guy. So I don't hate this at all. I like this. And he just recently was involved in NXT. They brought back the $1 million belt for a bit with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes.
Yep.
So he was recently on TV with NXT. So I don't know. I could be down to talk to Ted DiBiase. All right, guys, 15. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. One more time, it's Marshall's Music News.
So once again, over the weekend, the Cocoa bug has struck again. Shinedown bassist Eric Bass has tested positive. Now, the bad news is he's going to have to drop off a couple tour dates for the band. Now, this happened on Friday, and they announced that both Saturday and Sunday show, Shinedown would not cancel the show, but just go on as a 3-piece. Now, hopefully, Eric gets cured from the Cocoa as quickly as possible. Now, Brent in a statement said, to be crystal clear, everyone on the tour, including bands and crew, were tested today, all of which are negative. Eric is now in quarantine, and as soon as he gets a negative test, he'll be back out on the road with us. Now, the guys from Shinedown, whether it be Brent and Zach or just the band itself, is going to be very busy pretty much throughout the end of the year. Now, they've recently confirmed that the first single from their new album will arrive in January of next year. So Shinedown is going to be very busy and very active in 2022. So this is really just more of a warm-up for them. So get the Cocoa out of the way. Get it if you have to or not, or apparently everyone in Shinedown is going to get it eventually. So get it out of the way and get ready, because 2022 is going to be the year of Shinedown.
All right, coming up tomorrow on the show, Marshall will get quizzed in the face. We're going to talk to Kevin Martin of Candlebox. They're in town tomorrow night down at Victory North Savannah. Also, Mac's out. She's gone this week. So we're looking for a replacement chick for Chicks on Dudes.
Mystery chick for COD tomorrow.
I like it. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. As always, we appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, gang, you have a good rest of your day. I'll be back 6 a.m. tomorrow. All sorts of fun stuff.
See you guys.
Peace.